Hey guys, welcome back to part two of the discussion. This is more just sort of like Smash Brothers in particular related. Why don't we go ahead and just jump on into it? Smash Brothers on the Switch.
I I I don't know how to talk. I don't know how to talk.
Bradford forgot.
I forgot how to talk.
Okay,
I'm like I had all these things to say, and then all of a sudden Windows shut down.
yeah. Okay, so well then why don't we start just going into like the weeds maybe? Okay, so Inkling. We have the
Start with the
Inklings.
trailer. Yeah,
What?
we can start with the trailer. Just the trailer itself. How did we view the trailer?
So when I was watching it, I was like, it was like, oh, and one more thing. And then it like happened, and I was like, no, don't do this to me. And then it was like Inklings like shooting each other, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. Kind of like the first like logo for Splatoon, or the first trailer for Splatoon. Cool. And it was like the Inklings
Yeah.
shooting each other. I was like, okay, cool, cool, cool. I'm down, I'm down, I'm down, I'm down. And I was like, but come on now. They're not gonna make it Smash related, right? They wouldn't do that to me. They wouldn't do that to me. Hunter, calm down. It's not gonna be Smash Brothers. And then like, oh, it was getting intense. Oh, it's interesting how they're focusing on like this move right now, and I can clearly see the four moves that would be the four moves for the Inkling, and then like all of a sudden, and I was like, no, Hunter, calm down, calm down, calm down, and then like the lights went dark, and I was like, oh my god, are they doing it? No, no, shh, Hunter, stop it, don't set yourself up
Yeah.
like that, don't do that to yourself, Hunter, calm down, calm down, it's not gonna be Smash, and then like.
I just shush yourself.
And then the eye shadow. I was like,
Yeah,
oh
that part
my
got
God.
me. Got my heart.
it happened. My heart was like actually pumping really hard. It was hard for me to go to class because like,
Yeah.
I was in between classes watching it, and I was, oh my god.
I had to go to class right after I saw that too.
Yeah.
And but the thing, I was different. Like the moment I saw that I saw the inks. So the ink came out first, and you saw the squids,
Yeah.
just kind of chilling along through the ink.
Mm.
But the moment that I saw that it was the first Splatoon character,
Yeah.
the first Splatoon girl, I knew it was Smash.
The
I was like,
iconic
it has
one,
to be
right?
Smash.
It's like
Yeah,
when
the
when
iconic one.
you think of Splatoon, that's what you think of. Is that
Yeah.
Inkling?
I saw that, and I'm like, there's one of two things, and one's gonna piss me off royally, and that is porting Splatoon 1 to the Switch.
But isn't it just
So I
Nintendo
was like,
enough
it has
though?
to be Smash.
Isn't that just Nintendo enough though? Like I was preparing myself to be disappointed. Like what?
No, you know what? No, for the past 2 years, Nintendo has not disappointed me at the very least with the Switch. So they're on a really good.
They've disappointed me a little bit here and there, but overall it's been a positive experience. Well, okay, Splatoon, cool, good roster, good addition to the roster. I don't know.
Yeah, for
How do you think
sure.
it's gonna play?
I was mad when the Wii U version just had the costumes of the Inklings.
Yeah,
I was like, that's not kosher.
I understand.
good enough.
How do you think it's gonna play, Inklings?
I think you've played Rivals of Aether, right?
I've never heard of that game.
Okay, well, it's like a Smash style game, but it's made by these indie people. And there's a character who there's actually two, who it's an ice character, and then another
Oh,
a whale character that kind of shoots ink.
Yeah, I know this
So
game
what?
actually.
Yeah. So basically, they cover the platform with the ink or the ice, and they'll get added bonuses when they're on it. And of course, we're gonna see the Inklings be faster, and they're gonna be able to go through the the ink real quick. And I'm more curious as how they're gonna implement the guns and the weapons,
Okay,
because the way I see it is they could either do an alternating thing, so like you press down B maybe and break out another weapon, or maybe they just have the splatling guns, and the standard B move, the standard special move, is you start firing the gun, and then if you hold it, you continually fire, so that you can lace the map with the ink,
and then
so
you
that
can
you
move
can
faster.
actually get, yeah, and then you can move faster. Maybe uh, maybe they can do what Rivals of Aether did and have your smashes within the ink be stronger. Um, they could do a lot of things. I the Inklings are going to be a very versatile character for Smash. They're going to be very different, and that's what I'm most excited about. I'm like, oh, how is this going to affect the meta? Because I'm more concerned with the meta
Right,
now,
yeah.
the meta game. I follow the competitive Smash fairly close.
So, okay, here's my thoughts on like how the guns would work. Uh, Splatoon doesn't really. Okay, the Inklings don't exactly have physical attacks. Not really. Okay, the paintbrush
You
or
could
whatever.
maybe you could use the paintbrush or the roll. I
But
would
they
see that as maybe a Smash attack though.
sure. So like I don't see the physical attack there. They don't really have. Again, I just don't see them using a physical attack. They don't really have a physical attack in the game. That's not how the game works. And neither does Mega Man. And look at what they did with the Mega Man's default attack, standard A attack.
Yeah.
That's what I'm expecting, and it's probably going to be something similar to like the way that Star Fox's B works.
Mhm.
I don't think it's not going to stun. I don't think so. And this is all like conjecture on my part, but I think that that's how it's going to happen.
I think there might be a water effect attached to the ink, so you might be able to like you can damage somebody, but they're not going to flinch from it. But you can kind of push them away as you're spraying them down. So maybe you can spray and back up, so that you're kind of pushing them a little bit, just for like miniature spacing sort of gameplay.
So like Squirtle and Flood.
Kind of like Squirtle, just add damage to the squirt.
Okay. Interesting. You mentioned something interesting about the refilling because I think a lot of people are interested or at least I am interested in wondering if there's going to be like ink management because at the beginning of the trailer she had like a full tank and then at the very end of the trailer just before the Smash characters appeared her tank was nearly empty. So like it was half to like empty, right? It's like a third of the way. So like
That's definitely going to be in the game. Definitely going to play a big part. In fact, I am willing to bet money that most of her moves are not going to work unless she has ink.
especially her like B moves, right? Like
Yeah,
there's no way her
almost
B moves
like
are all going to be required.
whatever her up B is going to be. I say her just because I know they're probably going to be interplay.
It's going to be
between
both, yeah.
like, but let's be honest. When I think of the Inkling characters, I think of the girl first. That's the one that they kind of advertise.
It's bright and
show off
orange
first.
and in your face.
Yeah. So I think she's gonna have in the Splatoon games. This is what I think her up B is gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
She has jetpacks that you kind of that float kind of like Flood. Think of Flood, and that will shoot you up, and you can have a little bit of hang time while you shoot. So
It's gonna
I
waste a
think
lot
that's
of
gonna
ink.
be your up B. Yeah, it's gonna waste a lot of ink, but that's kind of the point. You can't have it forever.
And then you're not going to
Um,
be able to save yourself if you get knocked off the stage if you don't have enough ink.
Well, here's how it works
So-
though.
yeah.
When you have ink on the stage, you can just fall into the puddle of ink, submerge yourself as a squid, and you get your ink back really quick.
That's what I wanted to ask you about, but then you run into the issue of like, is the Inkling invincible?
No. It's probably gonna be like a crouch.
Okay, and then they'll still be able to like attack it and stuff. But but then
Yeah.
another other question: what if like Samus? Okay, I had a very stupid moment playing Smash against Andrew once, and like I was playing Mega Man and he was playing a Mega Man. I was playing Kirby, right? And so like he shot like one of Mega Man's projectiles. I was like running at him, that he shot one of the projectiles at me, and then I just like stopped and I crouched down, and then it went over me. And I like got up. It's the only time that, like I've ever used that the way it was like intended to be used.
That is definitely gonna be a squidling thing.
Okay, that's what I wanted
Squidling
to
thing.
know about from you.
I think they're gonna do that, but like for projectile moves, I can see that happening. For standard moves, it depends.
Yeah.
And
Like
while
a down
you're
tilt
while
will still
you're
definitely get you.
yeah, while you're a squid, you can't really attack. So even if you're moving really fast, you're not in a prime position to sneak up on the opponent and attack at the same time. So
It would feel a
It's gonna
lot
be a give
like
and
the
take.
games than like the Splatoon games then,
yeah.
which is fine and the way it should be.
Oh no, I wouldn't want them to have it any other way.
Yeah.
I'm more curious as to what weapons they're going to implement, since there are a lot of weapons in this game, and whether or not they're going to incorporate some Splatoon 2 features with this, obviously the Splatoon 1 looking Inklings, or if they're just going to take inspiration just from Splatoon 1.
Okay, so at this point, okay, Splatoon 2 is on the 3DS. This game, or not 3DS, Switch.
It's on the Switch.
I don't
I'm
know.
like,
I don't even know why I said 3DS.
it's going to
just
be
now.
at 4 frames per second if it was on the 3DS.
I literally don't even know why I said 3DS just now. This game is on the Splatoon 2 is on the Switch, and this Smash game is on the Switch. It would be dumb of them to not put a few of the alternate outfits
hmm
from Splatoon 2 on the Switch, right?
And if they follow suit with how they did it with Smash 4, then I wouldn't see why not. They'd have 8 alternate outfits. There should be some Splatoon 2 characters in there, or at least outfits representing Splatoon 2.
Exactly. So like probably like
Maybe
4 for the boy character, 4 for the girl character, 2 of each is going to be Splatoon 2, 2 of each is going to be Splatoon 1.
yeah. Or
Yeah.
if they really want to like impress me, they could have some Octoling characters.
I was going to
too.
mention Octolings. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just have some Octoling. That could honestly that alone could be the Splatoon 2 reference. I would be fine with that.
Oh, and then just a bunch of like standard.
Yeah.
Okay, well here's the thing is that Splatoon 2 is mostly like okay, in all the Splatoon games, all that you basically do is just change the way your avatar looks. So like I don't see why since Splatoon 2 characters the designs that they put out there aren't as like iconic as maybe the Splatoon 1 characters are. I don't know why they would need to put Splatoon 2 characters in there. I don't know why they wouldn't just throw like 2 Octolings in there. You know what I mean?
Well-
and then the rest are like the default Splatoon 1 character, the default Splatoon 1 male character, and then like outfits.
The main differences between like the characters
It's
are
the hair.
is the hair and some of the colors. So you're gonna have your standard colors for each character in the Smash roster. So if the color matches more Splatoon 2, then that's probably the outfit that they will give them.
This is gonna be it's Smash. They're all gonna have different. There's gonna be a red one. There's gonna be a blue one.
Yeah. And I don't know if all the colors were represented in Splatoon 1 that aren't all in Splatoon 2 sort
Oh.
of thing.
Okay, I see. In that case, yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
All right then. Sounds good. Anything else regarding Splatoon? Smash?
Regarding the Inklings,
I mean, for
the stage.
Splatoon 2 representation, it would totally be a stage. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. If we do get Splatoon 2 representation in Smash, then it should be a stage. I mean, this. Go ahead.
I don't know what the stage will look like though.
Because there's so many to choose from, right? It can be like
Yeah, there's a lot. I don't know which one's more iconic over the others.
none of them are like iconic.
Maybe it'll be the hub area.
What?
The hub area.
Oh, Inkopolis?
Oh, I could see that.
Yeah. The background could have like Octolings or something popping up. I don't know. Interesting.
Or maybe
No, it could
or maybe
have
they'll
the what are the girls' names as the commentators?
It's Pearl and
Wait, no, not the new ones, not from Splatoon 2.
Oh.
Splatoon 1.
oh, the first one.
Yeah, what if
Oh,
they
I don't remember.
what if they pop up, the two of them pop up and are like commentating the match
I
kind
would
of.
I'd like all 4 of them to pop up
All 4 of them?
because yeah.
Trophies. Honestly.
No, I would like them to be in the background just announcing because
Oh.
like Splatoon 2 is all about kind of like that sports kind of atmosphere. So they'd be like an announcer sort of thing in the background.
Is the
Kind of like you.
role of Pearl and the other character to be announcers, like the other, like
No,
Splatoon 1?
they're actually singers, but
Yeah.
like both all of them are entertainers, but they all announce things regarding
Oh, okay.
the world. Like they're not just entertainers for just entertaining. They also like every time you log in, they're gonna tell you what's up with ranked matches and casual matches and
Okay, I
like
see.
yeah, they tell you what's what.
Then, yeah, it'd be cool to have them, I guess. Maybe two different stages. They wouldn't.
Well, maybe it would be the same stage, but it'd randomly choose between one of the pairs. They've done that before with stages. Look
They
at
have.
Shadow Moses Island has like 3 different versions of the
Oh yeah,
background.
That's true.
or Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing. Yeah.
Animal Crossing.
That's true. They could do that. All right.
I like that idea. I like that idea more.
So
I
why
like the more ranked.
why don't we go ahead and jump into the big fisticuffs discussion? Is this a new game?
Mhm.
Is this Smash
Um,
4?
Okay, I like to consider all the evidence
Bring forth
that
all the
is-
evidence, Bradford.
that was presented to me as well as what I originally conceived. When I first saw this,
Let's just go over
I
all
thought-
the evidence first for either
okay, yeah,
case.
okay. So let's start with this being a port. Let's look at what this could be.
Yeah.
What I could argue for this to be a port.
Yeah.
Do you have the? Let's see. Well, I would say first would be timing, and I know that we had discussion on that earlier.
Yeah, I will argue.
Was yeah, where it's a 4-year time gap between Smash 4 release and then this new game's release. Whether or not that's a long enough time for a new Smash, yeah, I could see it being long enough. But my argument is more like Sakurai working diligently on the DLC and patches up to at least a year and a half into the game. So he didn't really get that like whole time to figure things out. And he also, I would argue, wanted to kind of make more games. And I know he's made a couple games in between now and this Smash and the last Smash, hasn't he? What
Yeah,
games
no,
has made?
he's made a few games, mostly HAL games actually. Box Boy was a game that he like tossed around in his head here and there a lot, and he made 3 Box Boy games since Smash. What other games? I feel like we were talking about it. Games that he made after Smash, not that long ago. Let me see. Sakurai.
I know after Brawl he made Icarus Uprising.
Yeah, he made
And that
Icarus.
that was a bigger game to
Oh,
which
absolutely.
I
It was
really want a sequel to. I love that game.
I'm just gonna open HAL Laboratory because I'm pretty sure he had a hand in most of the HAL Lab games. Kirby Star Allies. They're currently doing that.
Oh,
I mean,
okay,
duh, it's HAL. 3DS. When did Smash release? 2014.
2014.
Kirby Triple Deluxe, Kirby Fighters Deluxe, DDD's Drum Deluxe, Box Boy. We know about
A lot of Kirby games.
Picross, which is whatever, honestly. Another Kirby game, Planet Robobot. Bye Bye Box Boy. That was the sequel to Box Boy. Team Kirby Clash Deluxe, Kirby's Blowout Blast, and Kirby's Battle Royale. A lot of Kirby games, you're right. I mean, it is HAL, and they're kind of like the Kirby company.
It's their love child.
Exactly, and that's Sakurai's love child in particular. So I'm pretty sure he had a heavy role in all of those games. As well as like they brought like games like Mother and stuff on to
Oh yeah, they did kind of.
which is work that they still had to do. You know, probably not a whole lot. The ROM is there, but I mean, they still had to do some work, I'm sure, to get those ROMs working on the appropriate consoles. So yeah, he's definitely had some time to do stuff in between.
He's had time to make some games. To bet. And here's where I think this argument actually kind of falls apart a little bit. Because originally I was under the assumption that he wanted a break from Smash because he's always complaining about Smash, that he kind of gets overworked when Smash kind of is in his life. But after the direct, he tweeted out that he was silently working on this on the new Smash ever since the patches were done from the old Smash 4.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I was like, I wish I had that information before I started making my assumptions. I was like, oh, okay, so you're actually just confirming you didn't have a break. Okay.
Well, I think it is okay. Throwing some patches and making a character or two is way less work than the crunch time required to develop a video game.
True.
My main argument for like the 4 years isn't enough time span is it was really 3.5 years. And how long does it take to typically develop a video game? The number 3 years is thrown around a lot, and this is a fighting game. Sure, that's a lot of balancing to go through, but it's an arcadey kind of game. It's not. It's no like Horizon Zero Dawn. You know what I mean? Like it is a simpler in concept video game, and Sakurai is primarily a video game designer, so he's probably mostly working on like the balancing and stuff and figuring out what characters can do what, things like that. Smash Brothers is his baby, really, so he's probably in a lot more aspects of the design than just that. He's probably in every single aspect to a T, but that's like the core where a lot of the work comes into in developing a game like this, and they can reuse a lot from Smash 4 to where they probably don't need 3 entire years to develop this game.
No, I completely agree. That I think it would be a crying shame not build upon what is already set in stone.
Exactly.
And there was between the time frames and what my idea of what this Smash would have been is how much of it would be new and how much would have been considered ported. Obviously, there's going to be some ported aspects of the game, just naturally if they're just going to take and build upon what was already there. Mm-hmm. So my original idea of what they were going to do with the game was combine the 3DS version and the Wii U version, and maybe add some more bells and whistles to it. And I would have considered that like a Smash 4.5 or a glorified port.
But I think it's Smash 5. I don't think it's Smash 4.5.
I'm not going to disagree because I am now on the indifference side of things. If I were to give a percentage of what I used to think this was, I thought it was like, I was 70% sure this was going to be like some form of glorified port. Mm-hmm. And then I started digging in more, and then I saw that tweet from Sakurai, and then I saw some what other people were claiming, and then another thing that struck me, and that was in a game, the Game Explained this discussion, I think, that I completely overlooked. And I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense now. That makes me now more 50-50, like, yeah, it could be new. I doubt it's not going to be it's not going to be anything less than a glorified port. There's no way this is just going to be a straight port.
Yeah.
I'm leaning much more like this is much more new than old.
If it's a port, they need to put it needs to be you use the term glorified port. What he means by that to the listeners is like he means like a remaster or a deluxe edition. He sort of bundles both of them into this glorified port genre that he uses. So like the thing is that like if they can't just bring Smash Bros. Wii U onto the Switch, they need to include some stuff in the 3DS. So of course it's going to be a glorified port.
I'm saying take the best of both worlds and get rid of Smash Tour. That would be my version of the glorified port.
I thought Smash Tour was cool. Why get rid of something? You always step on the things that I like.
Do you like Smash Run more or Smash Tour?
Smash Run, but
okay, then why not?
Don't get rid of Smash Tour.
Why not? Why not make that one better?
No, but I'm saying don't replace one for the other. Have both. Don't get rid of a thing that was on the previous console release version.
How often did you play Smash Tour?
I didn't have Smash Brothers for the Wii U, but
Oh.
calm down. I
Oh, okay.
liked it, the concept of it. I like the Mario, you got me all heated up now. The freaking Mario games, the damn it.
Mario
Party?
Party?
Mario Party games. And it's Mario
Okay.
Party but Smash Brothers. Come on.
No, it sounds good on paper,
Yeah.
but they did not flesh it out enough. If they were to make a proper Smash Tour that was at least 10 times fun, 10 more times as fun, then I would be like, okay, yeah.
Is it
would be a good
more
move.
fun to you than Mario Party?
Then what?
Is Smash Tour more fun to you than Mario Party?
Did you say Mario Party? I think you're cutting out.
Is Smash Tour more fun to you than Mario Party was to you?
Oh no, Mario Party is vastly better
Okay,
than Smash Tour.
interesting. Is that just because of the disappointment of Smash Tour though, or do you like just not have fun
Uh,
playing it?
no, because I think that there's a much. It's much more fun to play Mario Party with friends as compared to Smash Tour because at the end of Smash Tour there's not much reward. It's literally you go off and you go fight each other with maybe a few tweaked rules, and you can't even tweak the rules yourself. While in maybe let's say Smash Run, you'll have, and even I
earn
think
all
Smash
the-
Run was
You earn everything.
even
in
yeah,
Smash Run.
like you could have like a climb the tower mode. There's race to the finish mode. There's special kind of Smash modes. There's like beat a bunch of enemies mode, and I'm like, okay, those are cool. I wish you could flesh it out a little bit more, and maybe do more things on top of that. But Smash Tour didn't have any of that. The random element of Smash Tour was kind of weird, and I think there was
Mario
a
Party.
couple. It's
The random element was Mario Party.
but it wasn't like a rewarding thing. I'll have to explain in a bit.
Okay.
But there were some cool things that Smash Tour did do right, and I think I noticed this also from a Game Explain discussion that there was a mode where you could switch out not switch out characters, but when you lose a character, another character comes in to replace that character. So instead of you going through an entire match as, let's say, just Luigi, like your Luigi gets knocked out, and then okay, now I'm Charizard, and it's like a tag team. And I was like, okay, that's a cool mode.
That's cool. Yeah.
That is a cool.
I didn't even know that. I like
quality.
Smash Tour even more now, Brad.
Yeah, that is actually a cool mode, and that's typically what happens at the end. But
Literally, just make Smash Tour, Sakurai. Don't even make Smash 5. Prove Brad wrong.
I will be happy to be proven wrong when in regards to Smash Tour. But between Smash Tour and Smash Run, I think Smash Run can do a whole lot more.
Just make
It-
its
basically
own
think of
game,
Kirby Air Ride.
Smash Party.
Deluxe.
Smash Party Deluxe.
Oh no. That just makes me think of like like that Animal Crossing game.
Oh, that
Festival,
game.
whatever. Yeah, I'm
Crossing
like,
Amiibo
no.
Festival thing.
Yeah,
Oh.
no.
That was fantastic in concept. It
It
was a free game.
That was not free.
It was free.
No, it wasn't.
You have to
No,
buy
it
the
wasn't.
amiibos.
No,
You had to
it was,
buy the
It was a
amiibos.
game you bought. There
What?
were amiibos.
Hang on.
No, this isn't the mobile game. It's the Wii U game.
What was it called again?
Like Animal Party or
Amiibo
Animal
Festival.
Party.
Animal Party.
Amiibo Festival.
Animal Party. Oh.
Animal Party.
But the new one right now is or the mobile one is, I think it's like a camping one or
I am sorry. It is $5.
it's $5 for a reason, Hunter. It
Plus
was
the
60.
amiibos. Plus the amiibos.
It was a full priced game, Hunter. There's a reason why it's $5.
All right. I like those games. Okay.
I'm not saying party games are bad. I'm saying
I like
Mario
those
Party.
games.
I'm saying
You
Mario
guys
Party
just
got a good
step all
formula.
over the things I like.
I'm sorry, Hunter.
Anyways, so now that I'm like crushed and we're just going forward, I'm just
Well, I think there's also other points to point out where basically where I shifted from. I'm not even going to talk about the port versus new game argument. I'm basically just going to present the evidence to the contrary of what I used to think. Um, the thing that was pointed out to me that I think carries the most leverage that this might be a new game is the copyright section at the bottom right when they announce the date.
yeah.
The copyright, it says 2018, but it doesn't mention 2014, which it should if it was going to be a port.
Yeah.
So
It's new marketing material, all of it.
Yeah, so I looked at that. I'm like, that's interesting.
Let me check.
And I don't see a Namco Bandai attached to that either. It's just how.
I'm checking the email that I got from Nintendo. It says these are under the highlights. Nintendo Switch Super Smash Bros. Working title. They would call it Smash Bros. Switch.
Probably, but they also might be deciding between either Definitive Edition or Switch if it was a theory.
Maybe. But okay,
so
the logo
just
looks
not willing.
different. All of the marketing material is new.
The logo does look different, and
Yeah.
it actually looks more like either Melee or Brawl.
Oh yeah,
this is also
looks a lot like
this
those.
is also and also something that I didn't know that HAL didn't have as big of an impact in Smash 4 or Brawl as much as it did with Melee in the first one. Like they still kind of made the game, but Bandai Namco made pretty much the bulk of Smash 4.
Mm-hmm.
And Brawl, Sakurai had to jump on that halfway through development, and I don't even know how involved HAL was.
Yeah, so they kind of fell off the Smash Brothers wagon as far as that goes. True, but like
I didn't even know that.
how is this like
making
proof?
the fourth one, but...
How is this proof one way or the other though?
Huh?
How is that proof one way or the other?
Oh no! That I was going back to the title. Why the title reminisces more like a Melee look title and maybe Brawl and not Smash 4.
I think it's like
because
Smash 4 has never been shown with this iconography before. It doesn't have the it never had the cross going through the letters, through the S and the A and stuff like that. It never the original had like it was slightly more elongated. It had the those like little branches coming off of the S's. It had like this logo, like I think a lot of devices, not just devices, but like art in general, is kind of leading into like a new age kind of like just more modern design. Even like Google changed their logo and stuff, and the Nintendo Switch looks like a more modern. It looks like a tablet or a phone, not.
I mean, that's the aesthetic
gamery
design of the actual console itself. Which, yeah, I think all consoles are, for the most part. I'm looking at you, Xbox One, being a giant VHS player.
And when you look at the old Smash logos with that like pseudo like metallic kind of like beveled look around it, like it was definitely like early 2010s, and we're moving into like a more modern, postmodern, I don't know what you want to call it, design now. And this is more simplified. It's more like, let's take away all that complex stuff, get back to the basics, and improve on it kind of design. That like I think a lot of.
I think that's jumping the gun considering it's a working title, because as it might be the case where the Super Smash Bros. Might be more simple, but then there might go balls to the wall with their subtitle.
Oh yeah, the subtitle's probably gonna look way cooler, but I mean, just look at this; it's way simpler, and I don't know. I kind of like how they just stripped away all of the accretion over the years, and they just like improved in little subtle ways, like just adding that cross through the S. You know, like it looks more modern. I feel like this is a new game. I don't know why they wouldn't just use the old Smash title. If it's
I think that does kind of give a little bit more credence to a newer game now.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at the working title and I'm thinking like I don't see this as being the final title or final logo. I think this is much more placeholder than anything else.
I don't think it's a placeholder. I feel like they're still gonna keep the cross through the letters.
They
I
might
feel like
keep
there's
the
gonna...
general aesthetic of the new Super Smash Bros.
They've never
but
strayed that far from what they've originally posted.
um,
They've
I
added
don't
things
know.
to logos before, but they wouldn't
Well,
like. What's up?
I'm not gonna say they will change the text itself, but I do think they're like, especially when it comes to the subtitle, they're gonna do something else um on top of that, because yeah, they're gonna get the more modern design, but I also think it might be a little subjective of how much someone might like that. Because personally, I don't like Google's new look or Windows' new look of it being simplified.
I don't like Windows' new logo,
Because
but
I
I do
think
like Google's.
I agree with Brad. I don't like Google or Windows' new looks.
Okay. I don't like. I really, and I always thought about it. Like Google's old logo looked so 70s digital art. It was like those ugly bevels, like clearly like. It was like, I'm not watching like the Hulk or something. I'm not watching like Star Wars 3D graphics, but worse, even worse actually. You know what I mean?
2003 Hulk.
Old Google logo. Even looking at it now, like they're like it just the bevels, everything just. It was definitely not. It was definitely like 70s.
I don't know. I feel like it has more personality than the modern one. The modern one kind of exists to exist. And that's it.
I can agree with like maybe the first iterations of Google, because I mean, like when you look through the time frame.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Hunter's
like
talking about the previous one specifically.
the what specific?
The previous Google logo.
The previous one before the
Oh,
newest one.
like the 2013 one?
Yeah, I believe it was 2013.
That one looks fine.
I don't know. It just felt a little old school to me. The point that I'm trying to get over here is like, it's like things are, whether or not like someone likes a particular aesthetic or not, artists are always going to have opinions. Like
Yeah.
it is the direction that the artistic world is heading in. It doesn't matter. The Switch looks physically newer, like a newer device, just like other newer devices, you know. iPhones don't look the way they used to. Neither do Androids. Neither do like anything anymore, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And this logo just screams that to me. It screams like it looks newer, you know? It looks more modern.
It's gonna be like it's gonna be this. It's gonna be this modern looking Super Smash Bros. But the first thing they show off, even with this Smash Bros, is a giant burning flaming Smash logo that is anything but simplistic.
Yeah. It'd be really cool if
So,
it was like in the back or something with like a little bit
What
colored.
I'm saying, if I want to get into the mode for Smash Bros, if I want to get into that feeling of Smash, if I look at a screen and it's plain text of just Super Smash Bros.
Oh no, yeah,
Just
I never
the title screen just goes Super Smash Bros.
I'm talking font here. I'm not talking like the logo, the way it's going to look. No, they're going to add the title at the bottom.
I'm not talking about font. When I say logo, I mean like the whole shebang. Like
we
once
don't know
it's all
that
set in
what
stone.
that is yet.
Yeah, I know. That's why I mean working title. I'm like, no, it's not just gonna be plain text.
Unless they
like,
put the word working title under it.
Super Smash Brothers.
Oh, that is another thing that I want. I want that to return.
I want that, and I want the naming system that they used to have to return. I don't like the for Wii U.
No. No, I want them to go back to what they were going with before, like Melee, Brawl, like this more kind of
Super Smash Brothers Fisticuffs.
basically. I was like, I want the announcer back too, because that was one thing that Brawl, just every time the Brawl screen loads up and just no music plays.
Didn't he
it's
pass
just
away?
Brawl.
It's Xander Mobus now for a reason.
Even if he did pass away, you can still get somebody else. They did a pretty good job with the new guy.
Xander Mobus, yeah. He's a young guy.
When he's like announcing all the characters.
Yeah.
He did a good job.
Andrew interviewed him once for Show Me Your News.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Yeah.
Also, that is a cool title.
Show Me Your News?
Yeah.
That podcast died. But
I'm sorry. But
okay, so it looks like every Smash game has had a different announcer. Jeff Manning, and then it was Dean Harrington, and then it was Pat Cashman, and then it was Xander Mobus. So they're probably gonna get a new guy.
I hope they get a new one, and I hope that he screams out Super Smash Brothers when the logo shows up. I miss that. It got me hype.
No, it has to.
No, it doesn't have to, because the last two games didn't have it. The last two games didn't have it.
I can see them not doing it.
Okay. I'm a move on, because this isn't not the most important thing for Smash right now.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. So, just to conclude on whether this is a new game or not, I am leaning more that this is probably a new game.
Okay, interesting.
But it's probably a new game, but I'm gonna say it's gonna be heavily either inspired or it's gonna take a lot from Smash 4.
Heavily derived.
But I am gonna say it's a new game.
Oh, absolutely. It's going to take a lot from Smash 4. The back end is going to be almost entirely Smash 4. There's no way it wouldn't.
Since they're taking a lot from Smash 4, let's talk about what they might leave behind.
Well, I kind of want to know, because I was always in the camp after watching this that it was actually, at least watching the trailer a second time, that this was a new Smash Brothers game. You were on the fence about it. You were leading way more heavily in the Smash, it's a port camp. What does Gerardo think now?
Oh, I'm leaning more towards it's a new game side as well.
Now?
It's the marketing material, and because I was worried that the trailer was showing too much of just the inkling. It felt more like a character trailer to me than a new game trailer. But thinking back to the trailer, the announcement trailer for Brawl, they did the exact same thing with Wario.
You're speaking very quietly. I saw no level happening there.
Yeah, I think that's what you got to speak up and into the mic.
Thinking back to the trailer for Brawl, it was heavily surrounding Wario, so that throws away my initial notion, and I do think that this is leaning more towards a new game. No.
The one thing that I do kind of have in the back of my head though is, as much as it was hype that there is a new Smash, I was if this was a new Smash, I was like, why now? Why is this the place where they're releasing it? I know Nintendo's doing their whole do our own thing, but what do you think is why? Why would they not wait till E3?
Okay, the Switch has been out for a year, and every direct since, granted not many, but every direct since has always been, where's Smash?
True.
They had to. We're a year in. We have some cool fighting games to hold to. We had a few cool fighting games to tie us in the meantime. The cool non-fighting online games, we had Splatoon and we had ARMS. This is the fun fighting game. We had a couple of little third-party and indie things thrown in there. If you want to play Street Fighter 2 again, go ahead. Things like that. But this is Smash is the fighting game for Nintendo. You know what I mean?
I know that.
It not even those games tied the fans over.
No.
Not just that. I think that they have something else that they want to talk about at E3. Pokemon comes to mind.
Gerardo, please speak really, really loudly from now on. I can't hear you.
Talk like this whenever you get very serious and like you can't.
It's okay
Not
to
just
wake the
that,
neighbors.
I think that they have something else that they want to talk about at E3 instead.
Mhm.
Like, not instead. Like, they're definitely going to talk about Smash. They're not just going to, like, forget Smash exists. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
I mean, I guess it's entirely possible.
No.
But,
oh no! I forgot we were developing that video game. It's been 5 years. We never released it because we forgot.
Tell that to Square Enix.
Oh, jeez.
The game that comes to mind is Pokemon.
Yeah. So.
Are they gonna release Pokemon and Smash at the same time?
God no, that'd be dumb.
Not at the same time.
Okay, but he's talking.
Then why
pretty
would
sure he's
Pokemon
talking
be
about.
at E3?
It will be, but it probably will be at E3. But it's okay. Anyways, okay, maybe okay. Anyways, doesn't matter. I think what he's talking about is like characters, right? Is that what you're getting at?
No.
Smash content, wise?
No, I meant like major new announcement ones. Or announcement wise. Okay.
Are we
you have
having
Smash,
E3 speculation?
you have
then?
Smash. You have Pokemon.
Yeah.
Are you going to announce both of them at E3? Or do you want to space out the announcements?
Space it out.
Smash is further in development.
Yes.
So announce Smash first. Develop Pokemon more, and then you can announce it at E3.
For several reasons, I think that's the case. Is because one, the Pokemon Company International always sort of does their own thing. Keep in mind, Pokemon Company is a separate company from Nintendo. It's not a subsidiary or anything. It is not Nintendo owns 1/3 of the company. 1/3 of it is owned by Nintendo. 1/3 of it is owned by Creatures Inc. And the other third is owned by Game Freak. So like, it's a Nintendo IP in that they have all the publishing rights to the games. And it's on all the Smash, but it's not like, it's very separate, and they always have their own thing, kind of. They're always very separate. So even the direct that did go over Pokemon was like the Pokemon direct, and it was a mini direct, you know. So like, I don't see it being at E3 for that reason. Another reason would be because Nintendo in general is sort of pulling away from E3 slowly and slowly. Maybe this will be the one E3 that they like really jump back in the game, but a lot of companies are sort of pulling out, and E3 is becoming less and less common. It's becoming less of a gaming conference and more of a convention, really. Anybody can buy tickets now. You know, it's a convention with like some announcements here and there. Just like at Anime Expo, they have like, sure, they showed off the Gun Gale Online, the first 3 episodes of that for the at Anime Expo, and they announced it there. But who went to AX for that? And it's going to be I feel like E3 is going to slowly start becoming more like that. So I don't see Nintendo having a strong presence at E3 aside from like some demos and stuff, and a little direct. Not a little direct, half an hour or so, but
I
like
think
last few years.
I think they'll have their E3 Direct as standard,
Mm-hmm.
because it's becoming more and more obsolete, I guess you could say, for the word for E3.
Yeah.
But it's still relevant for right now.
Mm.
Give me like 5 years and watch it dwindle, and I can believe that.
Yeah. We're currently watching it dwindle.
Yeah. Like, give it 5 years, and I can agree. Probably Nintendo. There could be years where Nintendo just like, I don't care to go to E3 sort of thing.
Neither does like Sony or something, maybe.
Yeah, Sony already has their own E3.
And Microsoft just started theirs.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, I see Nintendo focusing like what they did last year on one big title, and that's basically it.
Smash Brothers.
At E3, it's either going to be Smash Brothers, unless Smash Brothers releases in summer, because that was a 2018 title. They never really stated when it was being released, and I think there was a source, I forget who it was, one of those reliable sources. It was this lady.
One of those.
It was this lady. She's pretty spot on a lot of these.
I think I know who you're talking about.
leaks or whatever. Yeah, but she says that it's going to come out sooner than people expect. So I don't know if she meant 2018 as soon as people expect, or whether or not it's even sooner within 2018.
2018 is already sooner than I expected.
Yeah. This is making me think back to the announcement of Fallout 4.
Oh,
Of what? I didn't catch that.
When
Fallout 4.
they announced Fallout 4
Oh,
and
yeah.
it came out very soon after.
wasn't
It's
it like
three,
a
4
week?
months after? No, it was a couple months. It was
Oh.
just a
That was
couple
like
months later.
That was Fallout Shelter. I
Oh,
think, or
okay.
Something.
That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
Shelter.
But it was like a couple months later.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. It was announced and then they just launched it. But the
Yeah.
Bethesda's a special case though.
I think they could, because I'm also sitting there wondering, like, okay, you gave out a teaser for Metroid Prime, so you kind of have to do something with that.
No, yeah,
But-
they're going to they're gonna do. They have lots to talk
But Met-
about, but I mean,
But Metroid Prime isn't like a spring or summer release title. It's going to be a winter holiday season title.
probably yeah.
But-
And it's not exactly the kind of like a franchise that like Mario, Zelda, and Smash Brothers is.
While
No,
that's true,
but that's the thing. You're not going to release it
Nintendo-
around Smash.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Nintendo last year they released a different game each month. They made sure that there was like about a month in between each of their releases, and I think they're going to continue to do that with their new games for this year.
I think they'll do that towards the later half of the year.
Yeah.
I don't think they're doing that right now,
They're not doing that right now.
because I think I need a break, because I bought a lot of Switch games and I need a break.
Same. I still need to get through
I mean,
some of them.
I'm not saying that they need to release a game each month.
They already have a plethora of games coming out each month on the eShop. The eShop is doing very well, actually. Look, I think my point with like bringing up the whole like Metroid being a like a B or C class franchise for Nintendo is that like it has this dedicated core fan base, but they don't produce the games as like frequently as they do like a Mario game or something. Mario, like those are the core franchises, and if one of the two is going to be at E3, if one of the two is going to be the focus of E3, it's going to be Smash, not Metroid.
Well, no, it's probably going to be Smash.
Yeah.
I think you're underselling how big Metroid is, especially calling it a
Amongst
C-rate
Nintendo
title.
fans, it is huge.
No,
okay.
no,
Amongst
but it's-
niche Nintendo fans, it is huge, but people don't
No.
look at Nintendo and think Metroid. They think Mario or
No,
Zelda.
no. Obviously, Mario and Link and Zelda are going to scale
Yeah.
way past, but something like Metroid Prime, which is literally, it's like the height of Metroid. It's what a lot of people played the GameCube for, was Metroid. Metroid Prime was really, really, really fun and really good. And I think over the last years, Nintendo just hasn't done enough with Metroid. And it has fallen off the wagon, sort of thing, because of that. I mean, what was the last game that wasn't the 3DS game that came out? It was Other M, and wow, what a game. And before that, it was Metroid Prime 3 Corruptions, which was a pretty good game. It wasn't as good as I think the first Prime and the second Prime, because it kind of deviated from this kind of isolated feeling, which
You're
I
forgetting
kind of hope
Federation
they.
Force.
I'm not including that. I am not including that. I was reluctant to include Other M. I am not including Federation Force. See, but that's what I mean. That because now it has a somewhat negative stigma, which is probably why it's dropped. Because
I
they've
think-
been making poor decisions with Metroid recently.
Okay, but if I talk to like your average gamer about like Nintendo,
they
they are
they
gonna
might not
immediately
know
think
what Punch Out is. I think Punch Out might
they definitely
be
won't know what
CB.
Punch Out is, but they probably won't know what Metroid is. You're like average rando PC gamer or something.
No, they would know what Metroid is. I think they wouldn't, like, if I were to show a picture between Metroid.
If you showed a
and,
picture,
like,
yes, but if you said Metroid, they probably aren't picturing Samus Aran in their head.
No, I think they would see they would see Samus. They probably wouldn't know it's Samus, but they do know what Metroid is.
But they wouldn't. I don't
think
know.
I
It's
agree
like-
with Brad. I think Metroid is definitely in the upper tiers of Nintendo. Not like at the top. Definitely not.
I think it's like C
It's just
tier.
like
No, it's not C tier,
like-
Hunter.
No, but I think
C tier is like
I think like
Chibi
games like
Robo.
Fire Emblem or stuff, if those are considered B tier, which I would consider those more like higher Nintendo franchises than like Metroid, in
No.
both representation and like game production, or like game
okay,
output
but-
and common knowledge
we're,
of the
we're talking
franchise.
about recognizability.
Yeah,
Well, you're talking about recognition and like
Recognition.
again, kind of like the icon.
Yeah.
We know people know Samus and Metroid when they see it.
when they see
It
it.
is an icon.
But if you
it is an
mention,
iconic gaming.
if you bring it up
If you
to
if you show someone who like
yes, if you
who
show
Alm
someone
is-
what if you show someone what it is, they'd recognize it. But I don't think that you like
they
your
would not
average
recognize Alm.
of what.
They wouldn't recognize Alm.
No,
If you tell them what Fire Emblem is, they might not even recognize that.
they might
might
they might say
recognize
like, oh, isn't
characters.
it that Square Enix franchise?
They might say it's that Smash character.
But I think that's sort of how a lot of
If you
people
show
know what
them
Metroid is.
they won't know. If you show them Metroid, they'll say that's Metroid or that's that one game or that's Samus. They will recognize Metroid.
I feel like if a lot of people like they'll recognize her more as like it was from Smash. Like your average
No,
PC
that's-
gamer is not
I think
gonna like
I
pick
think
up
Captain Falcon would fit better there than Samus.
Captain Falcon for sure. Yeah, I'm saying that
I
okay. I'm
think-
saying that Samus
I
is
think-
higher like in the notoriety rank than like Captain Falcon or like Captain Olimar.
Yeah,
or
but I
something.
would
Like
consider
Captains.
Captain Falcon a C or B tier. I wouldn't consider Metroid a C or B tier.
I consider Falcon like a B or D tier.
Actually, I think Captain Falcon himself is a higher
Okay,
tier
no,
than his
F-Zero.
franchises.
Okay,
No,
good point.
F-Zero.
Good point.
I should say F-Zero.
Good point.
Yeah.
Okay, then F-Zero is like an F tier, but like
No. F tier is basically games that were like
I feel like
never even
you
they never
guys
even
aren't
made.
understanding like we are Nintendo fans and that's why we know these franchises, but your average
Mhm.
person they don't really.
Your average person probably doesn't know what Microsoft franchises are either. Hell, I don't even know.
I'm talking about your
What
like
are
your average
Microsoft
gamer, your
franchises?
average gamer. You know,
I didn't grow
Your
up
average-
with Nintendo, so I feel like I know this like the best because
Okay.
I'm the PlayStation guy of the group.
You had a GameCube.
I had a GameCube. Super Smash
We were
Bros.
pretty-
is the
we were
reason
pretty
why
young.
I know most of their franchises.
Exactly, and I feel like that's true for most random gamers.
Yeah. That being said, I did know what Metroid was before I played Smash Bros.
You did?
Yeah,
I didn't.
because I rented the first Metroid Prime
On what?
on GameCube.
On GameCube. Before Smash?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm telling you, Prime is much bigger than you think. That's why people
Yeah,
flipped
it's
their
true.
shit when they saw Prime 4.
I didn't know Metroid existed. I knew Metroid Prime existed.
Metroid Prime was amongst the upper echelons of the Metroid series.
Of the Metroid series, but not in gaming. Not even in Nintendo, I think. Well, among Nintendo,
No,
probably.
with,
Nintendo
among
fans.
Nintendo definitely.
I don't know.
Among Nintendo fans, especially video games at the time, also it was up there. People loved Metroid. Again, there's a reason why Metroid Prime 4 gave Nintendo the good E3 reception that it got, because Nintendo had a really good E3 year because of Metroid.
Okay.
And this is synonymous amongst the industry too. Like they had a good E3 because they announced Metroid Prime 4.
Interesting. I didn't realize that.
I think they could do more with Metroid Prime. I think they could definitely hit more audiences because there is some room for growth with Metroid. But I'm just saying a C tier, calling Metroid a C tier, I'm going to have to
C to
vehemently
B
disagree.
is what I would say.
I know, but
Nowadays,
C to B,
probably more.
I'm saying you're stretching it with B. I'm thinking it's between like there's S tier,
Okay,
A tier,
I'm
and
thinking-
B
I
tier.
think
between A to B.
I'm saying like A tier should be like sort of like
Like
okay,
what?
in notoriety kept to like almost strictly Mario, Zelda, Pokemon.
Well, I'm categorizing that as S tier, so maybe where tiers are
Yeah.
off a little bit.
So we're all so I'm shifting things down or up one because I don't have an S tier.
Yeah,
That makes sense,
I
I
guess.
guess. I wasn't
Yeah.
thinking
So,
about I'm
like
thinking I'm thinking
when I think,
about like the characters like people usually say like, oh, that's a B character like in like story development. You know,
no,
like,
yeah, yeah,
or like,
I
oh,
get that.
that's an A-list celebrity. That's a B-list celebrity. Like that's sort of how the way that like I was sort of categorizing it, and S doesn't exist in those worlds.
Yeah,
S is like a video game, like tier list. How
yeah,
good are you, kind of thing.
yeah.
So it's very specific and like very new. So I wasn't really thinking of it in that aspect.
Well, when I think of like S tier, I would say Mario, obviously, Pokemon, and Zelda.
Strictly,
Those are
almost. I
those
Yeah.
can't
are
think of
those are
any like Nintendo games that match that.
Yeah.
strictly S tier would be those games.
Yeah.
The next tier down, I would be getting into if we're gonna go into more recent, I would say more recently, yeah, I would say maybe Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem would be
Yeah.
I could definitely see A tier in
Yeah.
terms of recently. It hasn't always been.
Yeah. No, absolutely not.
I would say that would have fallen to C tier over the course of time, but definitely A tier in modern time. Um,
Smash Bros. I get. Well, Smash Bros. Is kind
no,
of
no,
in the
Smash Bros is
borderline.
its own thing.
Smash Bros. Is kind of its
It's
own
its own
thing.
thing.
Yeah.
If we're going to include Smash, it's got to be in the S tier because it's already including S tiers.
What do you think about like where would you place like Kirby stuff like that?
Kirby would be A or B.
Yoshi as a separate thing, I guess, and Donkey Kong too. For that matter, I
Yoshi
guess?
would be B. Same with Donkey Kong.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That is
In
same.
terms of modern times, definitely. Metroid, again, this is where I'm saying like B is calling it a stretch. I think it's in A and B. It's there with Kirby and Donkey Kong and
With
Yeah.
the
like
S
Fire
tier
Emblem.
included, I agree because I was thinking like in my tier system, I guess I was thinking like C to B, which is the same as your B to A.
Roughly, but I like mine spread out more because I think it's just given a better accurate
I guess so. Giving
pinpoint example.
that extra tier does like give a lot more
It narrows
value.
it in.
Yeah, but I think you and I both have the same idea of like where Metroid stands. Then actually,
Yeah, I think you might be underselling it in terms of verbally, but in terms of where I would put it and with everything else, then I think we're somewhat the same on that.
what characters do you think are going to be included? Do you want to talk about Link?
Oh yeah. Um, if this was a port, which obviously I don't really think too much of now, but if it was, I see the Breath of the Wild Link as being a separate character
Yeah, right.
because you'll have one to represent traditional Link and how he has been over the years, just because, whatever. And then you have the new Link that breaks the mold. And I see new Link playing way different than any traditional Link.
So when you say like traditional Link, because a lot of the 3D Zelda games, at least, like sort of follow the same like core elements. So I understand like kind of what you mean, but it is Twilight Princess in particular.
I would say heavily inspired because that was probably the newest. No, it's not the newest. I wouldn't even say it's the most
Skyward
iconic
Sword.
either.
No, Ocarina is, but
I think Ocarina is the most iconic 3D modeled Link.
I think yeah, it definitely is. But like it, as far as like when they were making like a brand new like Smash Brothers game with like new high like HD up-res models, like they weren't gonna go with Ocarina.
Here's the thing. If you look at the model, yes, they do take inspiration from Twilight Princess heavily, but they're also
It's 100%
inspirations from
Twilight
Skyward. No, it's not 100%. Look at his shoes. His shoes are definitely Skyward Sword Link. They're not the same. And also his general color palette is much more reminiscent to Skyward Sword Link. They're trying to mold. to make it just generic Link.
The shoes look the same in between Twilight Princess. I don't see.
Like, there's not this dark and gritty version of that's from Twilight Princess that you saw in Brawl. You have this much more lighter paleted Link in Smash
Okay, even
4,
down. Okay, I'm
which
looking.
you could attribute
Dude.
to the general, like the overall style of Smash 4. But I'm
Okay, so
saying
Gerardo,
they're
you see like these little crescent moons here. On this is like the Smash logo, right, for the boots. They're also, it's kind of hard to. They're right there, also in the Twilight Princess boots. You can only see on this side. Actually, you can kind of see on the inside too. Those are Twilight Princess boots, Brad.
Okay, then maybe I'm mistaken, or maybe just the color.
The color
The general
palette
color and
is a bit brighter. What? SSB. Oh, Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Oh, okay. Okay. That's not close enough. Okay, yeah, the boots are still the same.
Okay.
But the sword is the same in between both the games, I believe. So that's not really any indication. But I think it's like 100% Twilight Princess Link.
I wouldn't say 100. I would say mostly.
What parts aren't?
I just said the general color palette and the overall.
Okay, you're right about the color palette. I would say that the color palette is brighter, but it's still a faded green. It's not Toon Link or like Mario brightness levels.
No.
It is faded, and considering that like Twilight Princess in general had a very faded color palette for everything, it was almost like there was a filter over the entire game. Of course, that faded green looked even more faded in Twilight Princess, is my takeaway.
I know, but
so I feel like the color palette is still very much Twilight
I'm looking
Princess.
Specifically as the transition from Brawl to the new one, not from.
Well, then yeah, it's a bit brighter.
But I don't know. At that point, I'm just arguing for semantics.
But this being like I feel, and even all the weapons were the same as like Twilight Princess. This is like very. I don't know what they could bring from Twilight Princess. The boomerang can't be the same. The bombs can't be the same.
No,
like,
for sure.
It has to be like Breath of the Wild stuff. You know.
No, I know. I'm already thinking about a move list that he could have. And I'm thinking Rivali's Gale should be his up B, definitely.
Ooh, I like that.
And how his shield should be Daruk's protection.
Yeah.
It's just the look of Daruk's protection should be the shield.
I was thinking the same thing.
And you could theoretically use bombs, and you can even make them blow up on your Q.
When you control them,
yeah, I think that would be
just like
that would really help
or
Link
something.
too. Yeah. But then I think Magnesis could be his grab.
Yeah.
He just has because he can't use the hook shot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
there's no
they could. Basically, if they do not overhaul Link, and they just make him a skin of a traditional Link, I would be mad.
Link?
Any Link, because Ocarina Link shared almost the same qualities.
I know. All the 3D Links except for I was gonna say Hyrule Warriors. Hyrule Warriors is very different too.
He would still.
Breath of the Wild is are all nearly the same.
Yeah. I think the only difference between Twilight and the Ocarina Link was how the boomerang worked, and I think that was literally it.
And the double claw. Oh wait, what do you mean?
No.
What?
Between the Melee and Brawl?
Oh, okay, yeah, no. Yeah, you're right. I thought you were talking about the games in particular.
No, and then from Brawl to Smash 4, the only difference between any of them is how the boomerang worked in Melee and how the boomerang worked for the rest of the games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Nintendo doesn't usually overhaul the characters from each Smash game to the next.
It would be fine if they kept Toon Link. They got rid of Young Link.
I don't care for Toon Link.
I mained to. Fuck you. You keep stepping on the things I love.
That is a personal preference of mine. Toon Link's been in 2 games. I would much rather have one of the heroes.
I would rather have Young Link personally. I agree, but
I do like Young
love
Link.
Wind
I'd
Waker,
rather have a hero.
and I like Toon Link, but I still think that 2 Links is unnecessary.
it is unnecessary if they played very similarly like they did in Smash 4. If they had like if the Smash 5 Link was Breath of the Wild Link, which is radically different. It's as different as like Captain Falcon is, from Link.
Yeah.
It would be a radically different Link enough to where like they could have a quote unquote traditional Link in the form of Toon Link or Young Link or something. I would not I wouldn't want Twilight Princess Link in there.
No, not with Breath of the Wild Link.
Yeah, definitely.
They could just have a hammered out traditional Link through Toon Link, I guess.
Or Young Link. I would take Young Link more.
They're not going to throw in Young Link.
Oh.
It's going to be Toon Link.
I would take Young Link.
Majora's Mask?
I know, yeah, but Majora's Mask isn't.
Is Young Link anyways. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't see Young Link coming back.
I also want to talk about what third-party characters are going to make a return. Because this
none of them.
I think some will.
No, I think most of them are
returned. I don't know if most of them, but I have a heavy feeling that Mega Man will come back. Specifically,
yeah, same.
Like if any of them are going to come back, I think it's going to be Mega Man. I would be flabbergasted to hear otherwise.
Yeah.
I would also be shocked if Sonic didn't make it back.
I would be very surprised if Sonic wasn't there.
Sonic at this point is becoming close to an all.
I think we can all agree that like Solid Snake will definitely be in.
Through mods.
No. Okay, so
I wish. Dude, imagine they have like Snake from MGS5 in there.
What? What?
No. They're gonna get they're gonna get Norman Reedus. He's gonna be in Smash.
And the Funky Fetus?
Norman Reedus and the Funky Fetus.
Yeah, Death Stranding.
Yeah. He's gonna be in Smash.
The Funky Fetus will be in Smash. Bayonetta?
Yes.
Yeah, probably. Bayonetta 3's coming.
Don't they own the publishing rights now? It's basically a Nintendo game to me.
I don't think they own it. I think
they don't own the franchise, but they own the publishing rights, I think.
Yeah, they might own the publishing rights, but at this point, I think Platinum Games just really loves Nintendo when it comes to Bayonetta, so I don't think Bayonetta's going anywhere.
Yeah. Cloud?
I think there's a really good chance he's not going to be in there.
Cloud?
Yeah.
No, he's not making a return.
Interesting. I felt 50-50 on it. I want him in.
I think if Square Enix is going to shove someone in there, they're going to go with somebody different. And judging from how much they're milking 15, they'll throw in Noctis.
If we're okay, but we were talking.
That's a pretty good
okay,
although Noctis was already in another fighting game.
I'm more focusing on
Square Enix.
I'm more focusing on, and you guys brought this to my light, like the iconicness of the individual characters. You guys we were talking about this yesterday, and like the iconicness of each of the individual characters. All these third-party characters are there to like fill a void, kind of. Mega Man, like kind of founded a subgenre into himself, like each of these franchises, like Ryu, Sonic the Hedgehog, these are all like there to represent a type of game that like wasn't represented before. And what is more iconic of the JRPG genre of than like Cloud Strife? Definitely not Noctis.
And not just that, a lot of people look at Cloud as a good representative of PlayStation.
Yeah.
Especially since the Brawl had Snake. And Snake is also seen as a representative of PlayStation.
I can't see them like replacing Cloud for another JRPG character. They could replace him for another PlayStation character, but
like Crash.
I can see it in a few instances. And it has to be substantially related to Nintendo. And I can see that with either Chrono Trigger, which I think Chrono could do it
Or
because he has
Kingdom
a
Hearts.
substantial. Yeah, or Sora.
Kingdom Hearts,
Sora.
Chrono Trigger, maybe. I don't, it's not as iconic as like Cloud, but
It might not be as iconic, but there is that relationship established with Nintendo.
oh yeah,
For it being
Square and
the-
Nintendo have a
it's-
great relationship.
No, not just Square Enix and Nintendo. I'm talking Chrono Trigger being one of the best JRPGs of all time.
Okay,
Or at least
but
most critically
Chrono
acclaimed.
Trigger's relationship with Nintendo, Chrono Trigger in particular, is they had Chrono Trigger
And then
on
Chrono
the-
Cross on PlayStation.
yeah, so they kind of like abandoned Nintendo like halfway through the franchise, and then the franchise ended.
I think
I mean,
that was
okay,
more
there was
Nintendo's
Chrono
fault
Trigger
than
on the
anything.
DS. There's Chrono Trigger on the DS. We got that.
The best version. Toriyama drew it.
Well. The frog wasn't as cool. The dialogue for the frog was not as cool. He's spoken like this like old kind of Englishy kind of like ye all blah blah blah, and then like he just sort of like became like talking normal. I don't know in the DS version, but anyways, beside the point. I don't see them replacing Cloud for Chrono.
I in an ideal world, I think he shouldn't be replaced because he does kind of fit a good mold there.
Yes.
Uh,
That's the argument
he
for
is-
why I can see him staying. But I'm
Yeah.
still 50-50 on it.
For you mentioning Chrono, I think that if they didn't have Cloud in the game, I think that they wouldn't have a Square Enix character altogether.
Except for maybe Sora.
I still don't see Sora.
Sora has a game coming out. So
Sora's
does Cloud, I
a-
guess. but-
Okay, is
Sora's
Sora
a pipe
owned
dream.
by Square?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, it's Square and Disney though.
No, Disney doesn't own the name Sora. That character is owned by Square.
Okay, can you have Sora in the game without having Goofy and Donald in the game?
Oh
Yes.
yeah, no, I doubt
I think
that.
so. If it's
I
just
mean,
Sora,
you could, but it would then it would fall with that Breath of the Wild thing where it would not be representing him well.
okay, I see what you mean.
Like, what would he bring to the table if you don't have literally what Kingdom Hearts like? If Sora's going to be there without Disney reps, what's the difference between him and literally any other Square Enix character?
I do feel like a lot of Square Enix characters, a lot of, and probably my favorite parts of the Kingdom Hearts games are the the characters that are unique to Kingdom Hearts. The whole like epicness of like how Mickey is like the king and stuff like that is very cool and interesting to me. I more care about like Riku's strife and stuff like that. Kairi like regaining her memories and all of Kairi's friends on her in her high school after she lost everything, and like the Destiny Islands crew and the minus
Yeah,
like,
but I think you're talking now just strictly Kingdom Hearts.
exactly
And we're
strictly
not
Kingdom
talking
Hearts.
strictly-
It's
but
fine
strictly
because
no, but strictly Kingdom Hearts includes Disney. and
okay,
all of that.
Sora's like original world that he came from was Destiny Islands, and there was no Disney characters there,
So like
and that was fine.
basically, he like I'm imagining a situation where his movesets would just be him running around with Keyblade doing miscellaneous moves. Like he's not going to be able to do any summons. He's not going to have any trio combos.
I wouldn't want any
with
summons
Donald
in Kingdom
Goofy.
Hearts, anyways. Or sorry, in Smash, anyways.
No,
It's
it's
part
not
of
that
his
kind of summons.
gameplay,
I'm
though.
talking about like his special moves, like his
He
B
can
buttons.
he can still use like Fire Raga. He can still use like
Yeah, but then I go back to the argument: what would be the difference between him or any other
Final Fantasy character.
Final Fantasy or Square Enix character that does the same thing? Like there is something unique about Sora, and taking away that Disney aspect of him, you are taking away uniqueness from Sora.
Okay, not taking away, and you're not taking any Disney-ness away from him. He still has like the big goofy shoes and stuff like that. But he just wouldn't have Donald
I'm talking about
and
his
Goofy and
moveset.
Mickey and
I'm
stuff.
talking about
there.
his moveset.
His moveset could be exactly the same as it is in the video game Kingdom Hearts.
And that requires a lot of Disney characters because a lot of them are summons.
does.
A lot
It
of them
doesn't.
are kinda
Summons.
like team attacks.
Summons, yes. Team
So-
attacks.
Like, what would his final smash be?
It can be him with Oathbreaker or Oathkeeper and Dawn of the other Keyblade, and him going into like that crazy mode that he does. Think of it this way: it can even be like all the Kingdom Hearts 2 modes, like the was it the Valor mode and the stuff like that. The
Yeah,
Courage mode.
I get that.
You can even get stuff like that. The what is the Ultima mode, was it? Where he like went into like the where he had Oathkeeper and Oblivion Key. When
No, that was Roxas.
No, that was Kingdom Hearts 2.
Roxas.
Roxas was in the beginning of Kingdom Hearts. No. Okay. I think it was called Oblivion mode. Hang on a second.
It
No,
was
it was
Oblivion,
Ultima
yeah.
mode. Ultima mode.
Okay, while it's possible to work around the Disney stuff, would the fans be happy with that?
I wouldn't be happy.
I would be happy with it. Without Disney, yeah.
Without Disney, no, I wouldn't be happy with it.
I wouldn't be happy.
You wouldn't be?
Like
It's part of what Kingdom Hearts is.
It's just called Final Form, by the way. And yes, he is carrying Oathkeeper and Oblivion. Those are very Sora specific things. Anyway, Oathkeeper is like Sora's Keyblade. Roxas also carried the two when he like lost his identity because he was latching on to Sora's.
Yeah, I remember
that's
Roxas one.
Kingdom Hearts lore.
But like the ultimate move in that game, as well as Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and all the other ones, was what was it? It was like the Trinity move, where it was him, Donald, and Goofy, and they do their Trinity move.
I don't. Okay, if we're
that should be their final. That should be the final smash.
Your original question was what would his moveset be, and I'm giving you his moveset. And what was his final smash be? For like Sora in particular, the final form is fine. Like him gain like his outfit changing to his white outfit and the Keyblades like flashing, peering on his back and all of that, and then like he just like unleashes them like the way he does in Kingdom Hearts 2. I think that would be fine. That would be exactly what I would expect. And then he goes back, maybe he goes into anti-form.
That's not what I would expect. I'd expect it to be more like a Mega Man thing. Mega Man summons all of his Mega Man buddies, and it'd be like Sora, but it's summoning, not summoning. He's just.
Okay, and this is more going into like what you would expect or what you would want, though. I'm saying like if
this would be what the fans would expect and probably what Sakurai would want to have.
Yeah.
But
I do not imagine that Sora, if you take like Disney out of Kingdom Hearts, you literally just have Final Fantasy.
You asked me
and what's special about that?
You asked the question, and I gave you, I think, a pretty feasible answer of like what they all could be.
You gave me like it is an answer. I'm not saying it's not an answer, but I'm saying it's not. I'm not saying it's not a good answer either, but I'm saying it wouldn't be as good as him having his Disney reps with him.
It wouldn't be as good, but it's an alternative that they could fall onto if it was just Sora.
Yeah, but I don't think Sakurai would like that, and I don't think bulk of the fans would like that either.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Like, we can play around with every character and not have them fit their games the way they should, but that would kind of defeat the purpose.
There are a few Kingdom Hearts games that don't really delve into the Disney stuff too much. There was She, I think it was called.
That's a mobile game.
It was a mobile game, and it like very heavily went into like just Keyblade Masters and the Keyblade Wars.
I don't necessarily think that She is up on the totem pole for Kingdom Hearts. They're
bringing it front and center for Kingdom Hearts 2.89 or whatever the heck they're going for now. Whatever.
Yeah, but you understand
Kingdom
the confusion
Hearts
though.
Not 3.
What?
Kingdom Hearts Not 3.
Kingdom Hearts Not 3, the game.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts prototype.
But they are bringing it a bit more front and center, since I think that they're gonna start delving into more like that kind of lore. So my point is that like they don't need to jump like heavily into like all of the Disney things for it to be like.
I'm not saying
Hearts.
heavily. I'm not saying he should have every single summon he had in the game, or his moveset should revolve entirely around Disney.
I don't want any summons at all in Kingdom Hearts. I'm sorry. If Sora wasn't Smash, I would be upset if there were summons, even if there was Disney representation. If Donald and Goofy were in Smash, like as supporting characters, I would not want any summons. I don't want Mushu appearing.
No. That's not really like what I mean. Like his final Smash for sure, it would need to be something. It would need to be something that would involve his entire game. And I highly doubt Final Form would just, it wouldn't do it for me. I'd much rather see, and I think the bulk of people would rather see like a team attack with Donald, Goofy,
I would prefer to see
Sora.
it too, but I feel like Final Form is what we would get.
Well, I know, but then it's the dumbed down one, and then we're not making the best use of the character.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. Like if we wanted a
Oh, I know,
JRPG
but, I mean, this
representation,
is super.
I think that like Sora
out
would
there
not be
anyway.
a bad idea, and that Sora could be done without Donald and Goofy, is what I'm saying.
Maybe Disney would be on board, and we wouldn't even have to have that.
Maybe, hopefully, we wouldn't. Hopefully,
No.
we would have Donald and Goofy as supporting roles.
Yeah. Another character that I want, even though I do hate the company now, but I still really want Simon Belmont in the game because I like Simon Bell.
I think he'd be a good addition. Castlevania is
like-
important to Nintendo's history. Oh,
Castlevania does
Oh.
have a staple with Nintendo, or at least originally.
It does, yeah. And now that Nintendo is not turning like over like a mature new leaf or anything, but like they have Doom and stuff on Smash. It wouldn't be
Doom
weird to
Bad-
have
Doom
like
Bad-
a slightly more mature themed character in Smash,
they
in my
already have-
opinion.
They already have Bayonetta.
Yeah.
That's mature in a different way. And yes, exactly though. That does still
That's mature in almost the most mature way.
and kind of like when people think mature, that's like the way that they think of it,
Yeah.
of that word. Thoughts on Snake? Actually though, not joking, like thoughts on Snake.
I highly doubt he will ever be
No,
in Smash
he ain't
again,
coming.
but I wish.
Okay, Ryu.
I actually
A
think he
possibility.
might not come back.
I think I'm on the fence
think-
about it. I'm like
I think
60-40.
there's a possibility. Yeah, there's a possibility, but I doubt it.
You doubt that he'll come back? Yeah,
actually,
I'm like,
I actually think it's a
there's
little
a-
more likely that Heihachi will be in. Have a different fighting game character.
okay, and then we get into
Yeah.
like who's the most iconic.
Well, again, Heihachi.
What?
I mean, Heihachi's a really good rep for Tekken. He usually does rep Tekken.
I was about to ask what character Heihachi is from, so I don't think it is a good representation
He's
of the fighting
Tekken.
game franchise, though.
Yeah, but he's represented Tekken in 2 fighting games.
He's
already.
represented Tekken.
Yeah,
Tekken
Um,
isn't exactly the front and center fighting game.
it is though.
Okay, amongst that crowd, sure, but I
Hold
think
on,
when
hold
most
on,
people think
no.
fighting game,
It's
they
up-
think
no,
Street
no.
Fighter or Mortal Kombat.
No, that's not true. Tekken's up there. Tekken is just up there with Street Fighter.
I'm pretty sure Tekken is the most sold fighting game franchise.
They have a lot of them. That does help.
No,
So does
there's
Street
more
Fighter.
Street Fighter games. There's more Street Fighter games and iterations.
Okay,
but
well then we're okay. If we get into like,
I'm talking about like a single Tekken game, probably.
oh, I don't know. I'm not really in that scene, but I don't know who Heihachi is, and I'm not a fighting game person, so I feel like Heihachi can't represent the franchise, in my opinion.
He can represent.
I mean, he already
um,
has twice. Soul Calibur and PS All Stars. He could easily do it again. Actually, you know what? Since he was already in PS All Stars, they'd probably just keep Ryu.
There might be some confrontation.
They'd wanna avoid that.
Yeah.
Are you
Also,
Yeah.
another one because I don't remember if these were tweets or it was like just some discussion, but Microsoft was actually talking about Smash as it relates to Rare and Banjo,
I'm in.
and whether or not Banjo could be a possibility, and you seem to be already in right there.
Yeah,
I would love that.
I'm in.
With the new like online interactivity and the fact that Master Chief and pretty much every other Xbox exclusive character is playable in Minecraft on the Switch, I think that's possible.
Hmm.
And that includes Banjo. Banjo is playable in Minecraft on the Switch.
So I mean, Master Chief is on the Switch. I feel like that's pretty definitive.
Te-
This Master Chief is gonna be in Smash, right? Like,
I mean,
Technically, he is.
yeah. So like, we're gonna be throwing like grenades at Mario, right?
yeah.
Yeah, but now we're gonna have
people
to get
are already
well,
making Master Chief fight Mario in Minecraft. It's
we could have Master Chief repping Minecraft.
Okay. So
it's just Steve, but with a Master Chief skin.
So Mega Man stays, right?
Mega Man should
I think
stay.
there's a good chance he'll stay.
Okay, glad that we got that out of the way. I want to jump
Mega
back to
Man-
fighting
Mega Man
games
should
really
stay.
quick. Fighting game representation, and just like work with me on this a little bit, guys. Taboo from Smash Brothers Brawl. As far as like fight, like look,
There's some dead silence, Hunter.
Gerard, you said that like you enjoy like Taboo's place in Brawl.
Plot-wise, I
Plot-wise.
like how he's like the puppet master behind Master Hand.
You
But-
stole that.
That's it. Yeah.
Well, no, but it's literally in the
Brad
game.
said that. Brad said that.
No, but it's also literally in the game.
But
He's
it's
holding
Yeah,
straight.
literally,
he is. You're
it's
right.
literally the only thing I like about him. His character design,
Is-
himself, I utterly hate. I have no
His
care
character design is so
for
cool.
Taboo whatsoever.
He is kind of just like
The
this
wings
old
are
man.
kind of cool.
Yeah,
The wings are kind of cool.
that's his
There's
that
nothing
upbeat,
else about him. I care
Upbeat,
about.
right there. The wings, the chains are cool. His attacks are all really cool. The chains are really cool.
I will only accept Taboo if this is a confirmation of Subspace Emissary 2.
No, if Taboo was playable, I would be mad. I would be really mad that it wasn't Master Hand.
Okay, but Master Hand
Hand
deserves
Master
it
Hand.
way more.
No, but Master Hand is going to be like something that you fight against. It's not going to be a
Tell-
character in Smash.
Tell you what,
Master Hand was already playable in Smash.
Oh, stop.
He was.
Yeah.
In Melee, you could.
He was playable
bug
in
it.
Melee.
Stop it.
Yeah, technically, you are right.
But he's
you
not.
know
He's
what?
not a
Mods.
selectable,
Gerardo?
playable character.
Yes.
Gerardo, we can meet
Yes.
halfway here. We can meet halfway, okay? You want Master Hand?
Yes. I don't need him.
Do you remember Glover 64?
Stop.
I don't know where you're going with this.
Just stop, Bradford.
Gerardo, look it up, and we can add that to Smash.
No, okay. So, but like, why would they have? Why would they have Master Hand or Crazy Hand or both? Yeah, Master Hand. There wouldn't be Crazy Hand without Master Band. I don't know why I said or.
It
But
would be too
But
weird.
like, why would they
He's not-
have Master Hand in the game and have him not be something that you fight against? Like, why would you make Master Hand a character in Smash? A selectable character in Smash.
You're treading dangerously on the reasons why Ridley can't.
It's
Well-
true.
Well, okay, but
That's true.
Ridley has only been in one game ever. As far as right?
No, he's been in 2. He's been in the Subspace, in the Brawl, and he's been in Smash 4
Okay.
with the Stage Hazard.
Taboo was literally only a character in Brawl only.
hmm
And that was a fighting game. Bam, fighting game representation.
There's reasons why they didn't bring him
Again,
back.
Master Chief can represent Minecraft.
The reason why they didn't bring him back is because they didn't have a campaign in Smash 4.
It doesn't matter. They brought back Master Hand, didn't they? Don't they have classic
Yeah,
mode?
Master Hand's in
Yeah,
every
they have classic
in every
mode where
game.
you fight
Yeah.
Master Hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, Master Hand's in every game. Every Smash Bros. game.
Taboo. So you're saying that like Taboo isn't a strong enough character? I literally liked Taboo.
Taboo just kind of looked like this blue old man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eh,
What's wrong
and
with that?
that's
He's
it.
He's a blue wireframe character. That's it.
He's not wireframe. He's
Might as
glowing
well
and
be.
stuff.
Might as well be.
Like a wireframe.
He's growing like this ethereal kind of like energy. He's like a raw energy dude.
There's nothing
Kinda
memorable
like a
about
wireframe.
him. He's just there.
A wireframe is like the model without the texture there.
But it's glowing.
A being created out of pure chakra energy is not a video game wireframe. I strongly disagree with you.
How come I can't argue that the lines that are in the wireframe aren't just raw chakra energy?
Maybe you could, but that's not the point of like. That's how he looked like in Punch Out. You know what I mean? Little Mac.
Little Mac
Wireframe
reconfirmed.
Mac.
Oh, do you want to talk about Little Mac?
I think it'd totally be
I
in.
hope he's coming back,
I don't
but
see why he
the
wouldn't be.
the amount of games that he has had has me concerned, especially since Arms is out. And I'm thinking he's gonna be replaced by Spring Man.
Okay, Arms opens up a whole new list of possibilities.
Well, there
Spring
you go.
Man?
Arms fighting game representation.
Oh.
Yeah, but that's already internally with Nintendo, so that's a cop out.
Well, no, I don't think that's a cop-out.
It's not a cop out. It's
Yeah, but
really
Nintendo can
popular
do what they
game.
want, sort of thing.
Nintendo represents franchises based on the characters they have in Smash Brothers 2. They don't need like a third party character to show representation.
No, they don't technically.
They for a majority of the Smash Brothers franchises, or for a majority of the genres of video game represented as Smash Brothers, they don't, for a fact. So like, I don't see why they need to have a third party fighting game character for them to represent fighting games if they do have Arms.
Well, I think it's just because we got spoiled with a really awesome third-party fighting game rep.
I had issues with Ryu being a character anyways, and the way that they handled him in the ways that I would have preferred him to be handled, but I kind of have an issue with bringing a character from a fighting game into a different fighting game. I kind of have issues with like even like Link and stuff being in like Soul Calibur. Things like that. I mean, and Link is like a step divorced anyways, because Link isn't from a fighting game. This is like straight up fighting game character in a fighting game. Very similar fighting games too. It's like more 2D compared to like Tekken and Soul Calibur and stuff like that. Pokken. It was too. I had way too many issues with him. Being said, they handled him the right way.
Well, yeah. Well, they
the way he
didn't
played
match
and
him
stuff.
up with how he should be played.
Yeah, the way he played was like the right way. But I would be okay with Ryu not being there, and why not throw Arms in?
I would be okay if Ryu wasn't there. I'd only be a little sad because it's like losing a pretty good character in terms of icon. But you know, whatever. If somebody else can come in, change up the formula a little bit, you don't necessarily need a fighting game rep. But if you are going to
It
do
already
third
is a
parties,
fighting game.
I know. Well, it's not what I mean. And I could argue that Smash is a part. But this is the guy that speaks of it competitively too. But let's say they were like they could branch out, and if they want different third party, technically they don't even need third parties at all. It'd just be a crying shame if they don't have any.
It would be, yeah. Sonic needs to be in there.
Sonic, yeah. I honestly, Sonic is like a lost puppy. Where else is he gonna go?
But like,
Nintendo's the only one that's welcoming back home.
But you were saying even if they abandon like third parties altogether, then like they'd still have enough internal.
Well, yeah, no, they still have enough internal characters to work with. It's just, I think people do like having their characters in Smash, like outside companies. Like it's not like this is like, oh, can we have your character? Smash is whatever. No, I think there are some companies that actually really would like to have their characters in Smash in some ways. because
Yeah.
at the very end, it's also broadening the appeal of their own game. So it's kind of like advertising themselves in a way.
Hmm. Yeah, I guess so. Into to players that might not play their games otherwise. Like I probably wouldn't play Metroid Prime Hunters, which is my first Metroid game, unless I'd played Smash beforehand. I wouldn't have picked up a lot of
Same
games
thing for
before.
Fire Emblem.
Same with me.
Fire
I
Emblem.
think
Fire Emblem's a
Fire
great
Emblem is a
example.
prime example of what happens when you
This
get
whole
put into
country
a
would not
Smash
have
game.
played Fire Emblem were it not for Smash.
Yeah, basically.
So yeah, absolutely. Um, I do. How plausible do you think it? Okay, regarding Ryu in general, like, do you think that they? How plausible do you think it is that he would stay?
I'd say 20%.
20%. That's pretty low. I was thinking more
Yeah,
like
I
40,
think it's,
30 to
nah,
40.
I think there's a very low chance he'll stay.
Okay, I was thinking like a 30% chance, and then like okay, well in that case, how? What about you, Jordan?
I think it's very low too. I don't have a percentage. It's like
Okay.
basically the same as what Brad said.
Okay, 20.
I think it really helps that he was a DLC third-party character, and by that I
True.
mean like that makes the percentage lower. Him and Cloud,
Yeah.
they weren't put in the game like first thought initially. They were like, I don't want to say afterthought, but they were secondary thought to put in the game.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a really good point, actually. The fact that they were introduced as DLC. I wasn't really thinking about that before. For me, it's like a 30% chance, maybe like 33% chance, like a third percent chance. What do you think the percent chance is that they will replace at him at all, as far as fighting game representation and ARMS in particular?
Well, if we don't talk about arms, I think that there's actually less of a chance that they will replace him than that they'll keep him.
Yeah.
I think it's more likely they'll keep him than
Yeah.
replace him. Talking about arms, I actually think arms is most likely going to be in the game no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Because Nintendo's going to want to have Switch game representation in the new Smash Bros.
Hmm.
They can't just ignore the Switch games. And while I say that, I think back to Melee, which didn't have a Super Mario Sunshine or a Luigi's Mansion stage. So it is possible. But I think it's most likely that they'll have an ARMS character in.
By the way, I've just spent this whole time been looking up like art that people have done for Taboo, and like clearly I'm not the only one that likes Taboo. There's clearly a Taboo
Hunter,
fans
You,
here.
For
you are on
everything
this
that
ride.
exists-
and it's
People like
crashing.
people like Taboo.
For
okay?
everything that exists, there is at least one fan of it.
There are a few fans of Taboo, it
And
looks
there's
like.
at least 3 porns of it.
Yes.
I don't want to think about that right now, Bradford. It's like, what was that? What was the? Wow, what movie was it? It wasn't The Watchmen. I don't know why The Watchmen just came into my head, but
Because he looks like Dr. Manhattan.
yeah, Dr. Manhattan walking around. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I got that visual. It's taboo,
The
literally.
visual is taboo.
Just imagine him being wrinkly, and then you have taboo.
Yeah, with like, oh man, okay, that's
He had
you guys just like polluted Taboo in my head now. But, anyways, all right. What about some other characters here? What about Pac-Man?
some last characters that I could think on the top of my head. Maybe some actual Nintendo characters that I would like. Well, first of all, there's a good chunk of characters that need to be gone.
Okay.
Any character that could be considered a clone that you cannot alt costume needs to go.
Sure, but I said Pac-Man.
Pac-Man isn't an alt costume.
No, I said okay. Let's keep going with this third-party
Oh,
character
okay.
train. And then I
Oh,
said,
okay.
what about Pac-Man?
I think Pac-Man needs
You
to
just
stay.
went off on like a completely different.
No,
I was like,
I
okay. I was like trying to follow you a little bit. I was like, oh, all right, yeah, but Pac-Man.
I didn't hear you. Some of your words cut off.
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man needs to stay.
I think
at least
Pac-Man
in my
is about
opinion,
as
just because
likely to stay as Mega Man is.
Really? I was gonna say as likely to stay or less likely than Ryu.
No.
No, not a 20% chance. I think
I was gonna say like 10 to 15.
I think a little less
Also-
likely than Mega Man, but still likely.
Less likely than Mega Man.
another
Mega
thing
Man's gonna stay.
Another thing about Ryu that I forgot to mention earlier, Ryu is the second Capcom character in the game, and Capcom really doesn't need 2 characters in this game.
True.
That's true.
Arms is gonna be in that. That's a really good thought.
Arms is gonna be in there. Arms is gonna be in there.
That makes me that really makes me feel like Arms is gonna be in there even more now. Back to Pac-Man. Why do you guys think that Pac-Man needs to stay?
Because he's an icon of video game history.
I'd argue that Mario.
That is
more.
true. Yeah, but Mario's already part of Nintendo, and he's already there. He's been there from the start.
Exactly.
And also, I believe, I may be wrong, but I believe that Pac-Man may be the oldest character in the game, if not Game
Yeah, they
&
made
Watch.
reference. They made
think
they made
you're right,
reference that
yeah.
he was older than Game & Watch when he was announced.
I think you are right. The first Pac-Man game was 1980. And I know
It was
the original Pac-Man art.
The original Pac-Man art is terrifying.
It is terrifying. I brought it up right now. And Donkey Kong was released literally the 1 year later. I would still argue that Mario is more of a gaming icon than Pac-Man.
Well, if you're gonna take gaming as a whole, yeah,
Mario,
but
right.
I'm talking about gaming history.
Yeah.
Mario, still, to me. I think Mario represents gaming history more than Pac-Man does.
I'm not talking about like the iconicness of gaming history. I'm talking about like the longevity of it. Like he is the oldest one there.
Yeah.
You are right by a year.
It's still
And
a year.
You made a comment earlier like, well, why don't we just include Pong then? And I'm like,
Game & Watch.
in a different conversation, and I'm like, well, we also do that too. So we do have an affinity for these older games.
Yeah. I don't know. He's not adding much.
I think he's adding a lot, especially when it comes to Bandai Namco. He represents them as a whole.
Does Bandai Namco need to be back in there though?
I think so.
You
They've
think
been
so?
doing. When it comes to the tabletop industry of video games,
No, but
they
I'm
are
talking.
the king.
But I'm talking about in Smash. I'm not talking like does Bandai Namco need to be remaining a company or anything. I'm saying like
No. What I'm saying is when we're going back to the gaming icons of time or whatever, Bandai Namco is king of tabletop arcade games, and Pac-Man leads them all. Like you could say Mario might be a bigger icon of video game history as a whole, but bigger icon for tabletop arcade games.
But did this game have Mr. Game & Watch?
Sorry, Gerardo just showed me the fact that Game & Watch appeared 1 month before Pac-Man did originally, but that's not Mr. Game & Watch. That is the Game & Watch console.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a good reason why we have him in there.
Yeah. Thoughts on Game & Watch returning?
Oh no, he is.
Okay.
He's been there since
Of course.
Melee. He's an all-star at this point.
Cool. Yeah, same. Pokemon Trainer.
No,
No?
No,
No.
but I wish.
Yeah.
he's too. No.
For a second there, I thought that you were just like breaking
Something
up. I heard,
coherent
like,
was trying to come out.
No. I was like, oh, I didn't hear it. We're gonna have to ask Brad to repeat that one.
No, I was just stuttering.
Okay.
Pokemon Trainer needs to return, and he needs to get in the action himself. No.
I don't see him returning actually
I'm just
either.
kidding.
What about Charizard though?
Yeah. Charizard, I think.
So
is probably
hold on, I don't think
definitely
Pokemon Trainer is going to be an actual thing because we're going to have to give him an attack. So that means he's going to be beating the shit out of his Pokemon.
That's true. I can't see a red beating up Pikachu.
Red versus Pikachu.
That'd be really good.
Body slamming Pikachu.
Okay, but to be fair, you could have Bowser murdering his own kids.
Yeah, but it's Bowser. We expect that from Bowser. Do you think Red's
Also,
gonna
his
run
kids
around
deserve
body
it.
slamming Charizard?
His kids do deserve it.
His kids deserve it.
They are kind of bad.
Mario versus Luigi.
It's your brothers.
You're my brother, Luigi. I loved you.
Rosalina's if Luigi since Luigi is Rosalina's dad, then that's Luigi.
You've been watching too much Game Theory.
I have.
I didn't even know what you were talking about.
That was a game theory thing. Anyways,
I do want to also point out that it is very late right now.
it's
going
getting
to be-
pretty late right now. We've been recording for almost 2 hours. Is there any other
Yeah.
final things that you want to like talk about, guys?
Balancing issues. I want each character to not necessarily go through an extreme overhaul, but a very in-depth. Like I want the characters to actually change from this iteration. I want a lot of these characters need to have different movesets. I'm looking at you, Ganon.
Yeah, I was gonna
Mario,
bring up Ganon.
Cappy. Yeah, Cappy needs to be incorporated into your moveset. God, who else?
Cappy would be great as a grab.
It would be great as a grab, but I think you could do more. I know you could do more with Cappy.
Double jump and stuff. Would be good. Extra jumps.
I could also see Cappy
Like,
as
he could be-
item.
Ooh, good point.
Oh, that's true. He could also be the side B. If you want to get rid of Mario's cape, you can have a side B be Cappy getting thrown out, and you
That
can
would be a
actually use
much
it as an
better side
extra.
B.
That would.
You can use it as an extra platform to get yourself back on stage.
Ooh, good one.
So, like, you throw your Cappy first, and then you do your double jump onto Cappy to get yourself a third jump before doing your up B.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
I dig it. I dig it.
I think Luigi needs to be better represented from his games, specifically Luigi Mansion, and not just have a Final Smash based on it.
I agree.
I think
Dark Pit needs to be more representative of like who Dark Pit is.
that's the problem. He's only been in one game, so that's kind of hard.
I was joking.
I think Dark Pit needs to not be in the game.
I was. I agree. I was joking, guys.
Okay, I am not good with this.
Dr. Mario.
Alt costume. Leave it at that.
I thought that he was. He should have been anyways in Smash 4.
As a Dr. Mario main, I still agree with that.
Yeah. I'm just gonna bring up the whole Smash 4 roster right now. Olimar.
You can actually kind of keep him the same for the most part. I think they did a pretty good job with Smash 4 versus Brawl version. They could probably just tweak a couple things. I don't necessarily know what, because I don't play Pikmin that much, so.
Samus versus Zero Suit Samus.
Samus needs to be, depending on, it depends on what she should be more representative of her newer games, but Zero Suit Samus I think is, for the most part, fine.
Mm-hmm.
I think
I wouldn't mind some tweaks to Zero Suit though.
Yeah, I just don't know what, because honestly, I think Zero Suit, they kind of did like a Smash thing with her.
Yeah,
they kinda
exactly.
did their own thing.
Exactly.
Kind of like with Captain Falcon. Like, what does Captain Falcon do outside of ride his car?
I feel like they have a lot of free range with that though. It'd be cool if like maybe like she had a side B or something that incorporated her Metroid friend before he like sacrificed himself to save her, you know?
Maybe she has like a Metroid baby.
Just like the Metroid baby she had.
and like maybe she could just be an even more really powered Rosalina and Luma just with a Metroid.
No,
That
but I'm
sounds like a
saying
great
like
idea, Hunter.
I literally wasn't saying that. You're putting words into my mouth. I'm
Let's
saying that
let's make her broken.
I'm saying that like they could draw a lot of inspiration from the whole Metroid like universe from her for her, and especially since they did sort of just make her like a Smash in particular moveset, they could make her a Smash in particular moveset again, but with like different elements, or take things directly from the Metroid universe that like
Okay.
she wasn't really representing as much.
I think there was like only 1 or 2 games where we got to play as Zero Suit Samus in her
Yes,
own game,
exactly.
and she
And one of them was
largely
over at
played.
ORM.
Yeah, she largely just played like normal Samus, so that's why I think it's hard to figure out. Well, what do we do that's different?
Exactly, and I'm glad that she was different.
Yeah.
All right. So if Link is Breath of the Wild Link, sorry, I don't know why I had trouble thinking of the Breath of the Wild for a second. What about Zelda? Does Zelda stay Twilight Princess?
I would hope not, but then again, what the hell would the new Zelda be doing?
Exactly. And would they change Ganon too? Ganondorf? No.
I am still voting that they just literally make him Demise. Because I'd
Demise?
be okay with Demise. I wanted Demise in Smash 4 and not Ganondorf. Because I thought Demise is cooler and he's newer. At least, like, in terms of his moves and his aesthetic, I wanted Demise, but I did not get him.
What if they went for like a different game with each of the Zelda characters? So Link is Breath of the Wild, Zelda maybe is fine staying as Twilight Princess, Ganondorf is more Demise inspired, and Sheik.
She could stay there. Sheik's
Sure.
already good enough.
Why not?
Satisfies Ocarina.
If you're going with each Zelda character represents a different Zelda game, then Ganondorf needs to represent Wind Waker. He has to.
Without Toon Link there?
I need dual katanas.
Without Toon Link there?
Dual katana Ganondorf, overweight Ganondorf, best Ganondorf.
That doesn't count.
I
but
would like
I would
that.
like it.
Yeah, I would like it more, but without Toon Link there, if that's the case, I would want Toon Link almost. I don't know. Putting Toon Ganondorf in there is a little much.
Yeah.
I could see it a little bit more if Toon Link was there, but they replaced Toon Link with Toon Ganondorf.
Toon Ganondorf.
No. Okay. Thoughts on Meta Knight? Meta Knight, I think
That Knight stays.
he was broken
Meta Knight's
before. They fixed him. He still feels like
They
Meta
fixed him up
Knight.
good. I
They-
think he's alright the way he is.
DDD.
I think King DDD needs some love.
Yeah, I agree. DDD can have a complete, not a complete change. Just keep some things, but like change.
Keep him
DDD.
fairly the same, but like give him a little bit of love, maybe some better moves.
What about Fox Falco? They're fine, right?
Nah, they're fine.
I think Falco
except
could be
I,
more unique.
Yeah.
as a Falco main, at least partially, I need him to have better recovery options than Fox. I think it's bullcrap that Fox has better recovery options than Falco.
What about?
Also, Falco needs an R-Wing.
Yeah, his final smash should be an R-Wing, not a stupid Landmaster.
I agree. Lucario.
I don't care about Lucario,
I don't care about Lucario.
personally.
I don't care about Lucario personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can actually go and he could be replaced with another Pokemon probably from a newer generation.
Exactly. Greninja, same thing.
Same thing.
Captain Falcon's probably fine, right? Ness
Yeah,
Lucas.
Captain Falcon's never changed.
He's
Ness
like
Lucas.
necessary.
Ness
I don't care about
has
Lucas.
to stay. Lucas was DLC, so he might not stay.
True, but a lot of people liked the fact that people liked Lucas so much from Brawl that they brought him back as DLC because of it. I feel like Lucas is a special case because of that.
Maybe they can tap into the other Earthbound Mother game and get clouds.
Yeah. We have. I feel like we could. You know, why don't we just say Fire Emblem for the last?
Yeah.
Pit.
Pit's fine. I think he
Pit
should stay.
stays. I think I'm okay with that. Pit and Palutena's fine.
Yeah.
I would vote for Hades to also join in the fray. That'd be
Ooh.
cool.
We need more bad guys.
Hades.
Speaking of bad
Wario.
guys, Wario.
Wario stays. He's fine.
He's
Except
fine.
I think his I think his side smash should not be that stupid giant punch, and it should be his tackle shoulder tackle.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they can do a lot with Wario, actually. They could... How would they... Like, they could rebalance him a lot.
They can do a lot of neat things with him.
Olimar...
He doesn't need to change.
Olimar is a character that they have changed. Not
Yeah.
drastically, but, like, a lot.
For the better.
For the better. Do you think that they would do that again?
Probably not to the same extent.
Is Olimar going to be in it again, do you think? Two games in
Probably
a row.
Pikmin 4 is coming out.
Yeah. Rob. From
I-
Spiral Rhapsody. No. Rob.
I
ROB.
don't know. Rob just kind of seems to show up and he just kind of stays. I don't know.
I don't have a problem with Rob.
Rob is
I don't have a problem with him. I'm
pretty
just.
essential to Nintendo history.
Yeah.
I mean, he was the thing that saved Nintendo from the NES.
Yeah.
So
As a character, he's not the best character in the game. He's like
No.
He's
far
not
from
a
it.
character.
He's far from.
But he's
the
like-
best
He has no
in this
character.
game.
He is a device.
No, I mean,
yeah,
Yeah.
playable in this game. He's
No, I'm
far
saying
from the best character.
That yes. Yeah. Oh, you mean like
But-
competitive wise?
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
He-
absolutely.
I think he is like he's like an old war veteran. You can't throw him out. You need to take care of him.
All the
Rosalina.
Robs sacrificed themselves and blew up.
Oh,
A lot of
I
Robs
love
died.
that.
For Smash.
I love that.
Many Robs died to bring us these plans.
Rosalina and Luma.
Rosaline, yeah, they'll probably stay.
They'll probably stay. They'll probably make her a bit.
Probably stay.
Less.
I doubt many Mario characters will go.
They'll, aside from like the fact that they already like nerfed her, she might feel like she's playing different in Smash 5.
Yeah, they might do something different, but
Almost
she
like
herself is fine.
Olimar, where like yeah, it's largely the same, but it feels different.
Mhm.
Bowser Jr.
Bowser Jr. is fun to play as, but if they can put in a new character from something else, then I would totally be fine with that.
I'm not attached to Bowser Jr. He's unique enough of a fighter, but I never thought like, oh man, I really want Bowser Jr. in this
Yeah,
video game
exactly.
as much as I did like Shantae from the Shantae and Pirate's Curse or something. You know what I mean?
Even Nintendo characters though, like Nintendo has other characters.
Nintendo has a lot of other characters.
I would say it's not that I like him specifically in it. I like him combined with all of his brothers and sisters. That's why I like him staying. Because I like all of Bowser's children being in the game, basically as the same character. It's like that alternate costume galore.
You just liked playing Roy before they DLC'd Roy in.
Only partially. It's fun fighting with two Roys.
Greninja.
Which is why I thought it was weird if they'd have two Links.
Oh, true. They already do have two Links, and they've had 3 Links in the past. Greninja.
Yeah, we already said he's
yeah.
biting the bullet.
I can leave him. Palutena, Palutena. We said is fine, right? Dark
Yeah.
Pit.
No.
Bye bye.
Dark Pit.
Yeah. If they made Dark Pit more, not just a clone of Pit, I would be 10% more okay with it.
Only if a new Kid Icarus game were to have come out between that time,
Yeah.
and Dark Pit actually was his
there
own kind of character,
probably
and not
isn't.
just like emo Pit.
Villager.
So
Villager's
He stays.
essential.
Villager stays.
he stays.
I love
He stays.
Villager.
He
Little
stays.
Mac.
He stays.
I say he stays, but I have a strong feeling he's going to be replaced by an ARMS character.
Ooh. Good point.
Okay, but Little Mac versus an ARMS character.
Would be epic. And Smash is
But
the platform for
Arms, here's the thing. Arms is like a heavy spiritual successor to Punch Out, which is why I'm like, ugh. It's hard for me because I love Punch Out and I don't like Arms.
it. I could see him not staying.
That's my fear.
Yes, but 2 links.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, technically. I mean, Nintendo can do what they want, and technically Little Mac is already there, so it's not too
This
hard
is-
just to
yeah.
balance them out a little bit.
Wii Fit
Um,
Trainer.
I vote to get rid of her.
I
don't-
love Wii
I
Fit
don't-
I
Trainer.
love Wii Fit
I
Trainer.
get why you like her. I understand, but I don't care.
Ever since like the E3 that they announced Smash Brothers for the Wii U, I was like enthused. Or first, when I was playing it at E3, it was like the first demo for Smash Brothers, right? And I was just like,
Mm.
I couldn't believe that Villager and Fit Trainer were both in Smash Brothers. That blew my mind, guys. And so I was like playing as Fit Trainer, and I won my Smash Brothers T-shirt that I have in a tournament because of Fit Trainer, and I just like the fact that like I was just cracking up every time like it did one of those moves, and it was like a silly yoga pose or something. It was like hysterical.
Yeah, she's clearly the comedy character.
Yeah. It was so
Yeah.
I was playing as the man, and it was just so silly. Even aside from the hula hoops and stuff like that, just seeing him do like stretch both of his legs out to make his body into a K shape. It was just so silly. He's just so straight edge all the time.
Hmm.
I don't know. I just like his animations. I like everything about Wii Fit Trainer.
They might return, but I wouldn't bet money on it.
I wouldn't either.
If they did remove people, Wii Fit Trainer and Little Mac are like high up on that list of people
Yeah.
that are gonna get
Bowser
removed.
Jr. is higher up on that list than I think Fit Trainer is.
I
say you're
doubt
right.
any Mario characters are going to be
I
leaving.
would say you're right, but Mario has like the Mario franchise just has that special.
They refuse to
Dr.
give
Mario made it.
up.
Okay. Shulk.
He needs
Rex
to
is gonna
stay
replace
as much
him,
as
or
I
Pyra and
don't
Mithra is.
care about him.
You were both talking at the same
Okay,
time.
yeah.
Jorah, come a little bit closer.
Sorry.
I think he needs to stay because of what he represents. But I didn't play Xenoblade, so I don't really care about him.
I did, and I love it, and I wish he'd stay.
I did, and I
But-
hated it.
But you hated Xenoblade, or you just hated him?
Both?
All right, fair enough. But I think he's gonna get replaced by either Rex from the new game or Pyra or Mithra, which are the blades of the new game. So either way, I think he's getting replaced with the newer game.
I don't think that he's going to be in it at all. I don't see Xenoblade appearing.
Oh, I see Xenoblade appearing, especially of
I
how
see
well it
Xenoblade
sold last
appearing.
time.
Interesting.
It sold over 1 million for its first month, which is pretty good considering it's one
pretty
trick
good.
pony.
And it's like exclusive to the Switch. I guess so. I still feel like they could just not have it and it'd be fine.
Well, you don't like the Xenoblade series, that's why. I love the Xenoblade series.
Fair.
So I think it'd be a crying shame. I think Xenoblade is rising up the ranks with one of Nintendo's good IPs now, or at least
Third
I don't
party.
know if it's necessary.
It's not.
It's not third party. It's like second.
Second party. Okay, that's the
It's-
we'll call like Bayonetta and the like too.
Yeah, he's
Second
like a
party.
Bayo.
Okay,
Yeah.
Duck Hunt.
Duck Hunt
No.
needs to stay.
Duck Hunt needs to stay.
I mean, like I doubt it, but you know what? Game and Watch is there, so.
No, Duck Hunt
is
needs
a
to stay.
significant part of Nintendo.
Duck Hunt is like Duck Hunt
He
needs to
did
stay.
go alongside Mario.
This is Smash Brothers we're talking about. Not that he's like historic to the franchise or anything, but like it's
Okay.
Duck Hunt.
Yeah.
I'll be 50-50. I'll give you that.
I'm more than 50-50. I'm like 80-20. Mega Man, we spoke about that. Ryu, we spoke about that. Is it Bayonetta? Mies.
Mies. No.
Mies.
No, they're getting rid of them.
No,
They're getting
get them
rid
out
of
of
them.
here.
Yeah, you think
Get
so?
rid of them. Even though
Yeah.
technically there are Mii's on the Switch, it is not prominent enough for me to care.
You don't want to play as Hitler? That's probably why.
I've already played as
I
Hitler.
mean,
I've had my fill of that.
there are Mii's on the Switch, and if they did like remove them, then people would wonder why. So I guess that.
What's the most likely to you guys? I'm 50-50.
I am thinking, even though I don't want them in, I think they're going to be in.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want them in, but I do want them in, and I feel like I don't. I'm 50-50 on it.
Also
I'm
remember
probably
me-
more like
me-
70-30.
Mitomo just got.
Ooh, I don't think that is.
That doesn't
Mm,
do
I
a
don't think
lot.
that. I don't think that does anything.
Alright.
No.
Okay,
But
so then let's
I
get
still
into
think
the
that-
conversation that we all have heavy opinions on, and this will probably, I guess, be the last thing because it's like 12:30,
and I open again.
and we've been recording for over 2 hours. So why don't
Okay,
we go
let's
ahead
hear it.
and just jump into Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem.
Okay.
They all
So,
need
my-
to die.
All across the generations kill.
This is the part
They
where
need
we
to die.
send them all out as decoys to get killed, and then they don't come back until the credits, where it says that they died in that battle, and that's their history.
That's harsh.
They all died in Smash 4.
We do have 6 of them, which is pretty
Yeah,
large.
we. I say we keep Marth because he's the first one, obviously. I still vote for Ike because I think he is a very good, like the American first one, basically. Roy's gone.
Yeah.
Lucina's
Mhm.
gone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can make a strong point for Robin, and you can make a strong point for Corrin, but you have to choose one or the other. You can't choose both.
So here's my thing: is like the main reason why do you hate Fire Emblem characters in Smash? Jardo.
I just think that
Okay, I was
there's
gonna say,
too
I don't-
many.
Too many similar sword wielding main characters,
No, just too many.
because there's too many Super Mario characters, and or there's too
Yeah,
many
that-
Zelda characters.
that
Granted,
also bothers
Mario
me.
and Zelda,
No.
as we were talking about earlier, are like the main ones. But there's a lot of Pokemon characters in there as well.
All of those cases bother me.
Okay, what bothers me about having them is that there are 6 Fire Emblem characters and 4 of them are generic sword wielders. There are 2 unique ones in there, and like Robin is just a mage. The sword that he has, he loses actually if he keeps using it, and it's like an electrified like magic sword. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
he's a
it's
mage.
it's the Levin sword.
It's the Levin sword. He is a mage.
Yeah,
Straight
he's a
up
mage.
Corrin is a half dragon hybrid thing. Like that how is that not unique? He's got like a sword chainsaw thing. Super cool, dude. His arms turn into like pike lances.
Aesthetically,
Sick.
it's cool, but it's still a sword.
Still a sword, but it's not even like all of the other Fire Emblem characters only use their
But-
sword. Corrin
But-
clearly uses the fact that he is half dragon in like
But
his moves. His
I
only
also-
sword wielding parts are his A's.
I also want to point out that between popularity, overall popularity, Ike ranks highest amongst, I think, next to Corrin for popularity based on the Fire Emblem Heroes app.
But what I feel like
So
what
that's
would be
why I think Ike would be coming back. He's too popular to drop.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that he's okay. Yeah.
I mean, I got empirical
Because-
evidence to the contrary.
Because the games that Robin and Corrin were in are not new anymore, Ike is probably more popular than them. But when those two games came out, Robin and Corrin, who are the main characters, very unique main characters for the new games that were just coming out, they were more popular than Ike.
Yeah, at the time, because it was a new game. But how did that last over history?
Nowadays, I agree. Ike is probably...
It's Ike.
I still feel like we could have both Robin and Corrin.
I'm not saying that you can't have Robin and Corrin. Well, I mean, I am saying you can't have Robin and Corrin. I'm saying you can have one or the other. I doubt both would return, because there's still another Fire Emblem game coming out, and that person is obviously going to get a spot.
That person is going to get a spot, true.
Exactly.
But...
there's
what we
some
want
trade-offs.
what we want is less Fire Emblem characters. What we're going to get is
more Fire Emblem characters?
Roughly the same.
the
honestly.
same amount or more. So like as far as like what we expect to see, I expect to see Robin and Corrin.
I expect generally less, because I expect
Really?
Roy to not make a return.
Roy
and
will
I
probably be
expect-
replaced with a new character.
Yeah, Roy will be replaced, and I don't expect either Corrin or Robin. So one of them is going to be dropped, and
I don't
thinking-
expect Roy and Lucina, but I see Robin and Corrin still.
Oh yeah, Lucina's gone too.
If it was a choice between Robin and Corrin, I actually think Corrin is more likely to stay.
More likely to stay because it is the newer game.
It is the newer game, yeah.
But
I think Robin represents the game better.
yeah, more well no, I don't think so.
I think so. There's magic, there's swords, there's
the
the
franchise.
whole interchange of weaponry.
Corrin
that's going
represents his 3 games more than Robin does for his game, but Robin represents the franchise as a whole more.
Yeah.
Okay. Lucina's whatever. Lucina's a clone of Marth.
Lucina's
Lucina
just going to be
is-
gone.
I think you can make the argument of like the main character of a game isn't the character that you control always. Lucina's like one of those, but Lucina
They screwed up when they made her too much like Mom.
I was excited when they first showed off the trailer with Lucina. You can go back on my Facebook post. I was like, Lucina, fuck yeah! I was super excited about Lucina. I don't see her returning though. Whereas I do see both
Marth
Robin and Corrin returning. I see them both returning personally.
What I think should happen at least is keep Marth, keep
Yes.
Ike, maybe keep Corrin, and then have a character from the new Fire Emblem. The rest, I think, should go.
Is that what you want? What should happen, or what you expect to happen?
I think that that's the very least that they should do.
What do you expect to happen then?
That's hard to say because in the past, like, okay, I didn't expect to bring them to bring back Dr. Mario, and they did.
Okay.
And I didn't expect Roy.
I didn't expect Lucina to be put in the game and be a clone of Marth, but they did. Yeah.
Okay, so I think we all 3 of us have different ideas of what we think should happen. And then we all have different ideas of what we think will happen as well, but all of our opinions are probably a little bit more aligned in that aspect. I think we all have radically different ideas of what should happen.
I don't think we have radically different, because I think we're all on board with who's leaving. That's for sure.
Well, yeah, that's true. We Lucina's out.
Lucina's gone. Roy's gone for sure. Those 2 characters, bye-bye.
Those 2 are like the 2 that we all agree on.
And Marth
That we
needs
all
to
agree
stay.
they're bye.
And Marth needs to stay.
Marth needs to stay. I still say Ike needs to stay.
I disagree.
Empirical evidence. But Robin and Corrin can stay. I'm not saying they're not. There's not a possibility.
He's
that
just
both of them
another
might be able to stay.
sword-wielding dude. He's a muscular guy.
He's a heavy sword wielding dude. He's almost like an axe bearer, and also, I just fall under popularity. He's more
just
popular
another
than
sword.
Marth.
We don't need
I
another
agree with
sword
popularity.
wieldler.
Cloud is in the game because of popularity.
If that's the case, I feel like Roy would probably be more likely because people are up in arms
No.
people were up in arms about Roy not being in the game, and so much so that where they added him.
He might have been already planned to put in anyway, but I'm going off of Fire Emblem Heroes, which Roy is popular. Just he's less popular though than I think any of the characters.
There's two
any
different
of the
ways of
characters
looking
that
at
are
it.
in Smash.
There's two different ways of looking at it. Among Fire Emblem, the Fire Emblem franchise, Ike is more popular. Among the Smash franchise, I would argue Roy is more popular. Silence.
What do you
I'm
think would
thinking,
happen
and I'm like, I
if they
don't
removed
think so.
Ike?
What?
I would be mad.
What do you think would happen if they removed Ike? I think a lot of people would be mad. I think more people would be mad than if they removed Roy.
More people would be mad to remove Ike than would
It's
be
hard to
mad
say. I don't know the
Roy.
Smash fandom as much because I guess we haven't encountered them removing Ike, I guess. Whereas we have with Roy, and Roy, like, people got huge up in arms. I don't know if that would happen with Ike because we haven't experienced it. My instinct is they wouldn't be, but I don't know, I guess.
Let me put it this way. As someone in the community, at least in the competitive scene,
Yeah. You're more than I am.
but Roy was released with somebody else. It was Lucas, wasn't it?
Yeah, that sounds right, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure more people were excited that Lucas was in than Roy, based on from the community.
Just from what I know, like, just playing Smash at the attic and all the people that would go to there, I don't know.
Especially, like, people who played Melee were happy to see Roy. People who played Brawl were happy to see Lucas. I think a lot more
interesting
people
point.
were.
Okay,
A lot more people liked seeing Lucas than seeing Roy.
I would say that people actually, since you bring up the fact that Roy was in Melee, I think that more people would be excited for Roy actually, because it's Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Because Roy was complete shit in Melee.
But he came back.
No one liked him.
Well, they liked him enough to get the whole fan base up in arms about it.
I think the Melee fan base was more focused on getting Mewtwo back.
True.
That's true.
True. The Melee fan base, the fans just wanted all these characters back. That's why I see Roy staying, is because he's just another one of those characters that the fans pressured Nintendo into bringing back.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
I want him gone, but I see him staying.
No, I see him gone. They already had a game with him being gone, which was Brawl, and that
Upset
overall was it upset some people, but I didn't see strikes going on.
I did. I literally saw a strike about it. There's a petition.org petitions about it.
Well, there's a petition to get Goku in Smash.
There's a petition to get Shrek in Smash.
No, but I mean, people were serious.
I'm not. People were serious about Shrek. I
maybe one or two
either.
were.
No, I was serious about Goku.
Shrek did appear on
If
Nintendo
Goku was
consoles.
in Smash, I wouldn't even be mad.
Goku appeared on
I would
Nintendo
support
consoles
it.
before.
No more than that. It's just like, if you want to represent anime, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cloud too.
Cloud's not anime. Cloud's yeah, he'd be JRPG, not anime.
Okay, a completely different conversation. I'm not even gonna get into that, but that's a very different conversation that we would have. But all right.
So is that good?
I don't. Yeah.
That's
Is there any more to
I mean-
say? We gave our opinions. We're all sort of diverging.
We
a
went
bit.
down the character roster.
We went down the whole character roster, and we're done with Fire Emblem now, right? Like
We'll agree to disagree with
Wait.
this.
exactly.
I got one more.
Oh.
Do you guys want Ice Climbers back?
Oh yeah. They're coming back.
I don't know how we forgot about that one.
I do want them back.
it makes it
They were an all-star, and it was because of the stupid 3DS version that we weren't able to get them.
exactly that. There was a reason why we didn't have them. There's no reason now.
We have the technology.
The technology is there. Okay, but hold on. If they had more time to develop Smash 3DS, maybe the Ice Climbers would have been in there. And you guys
or
feel like
maybe if
this game was
Sakurai
rushed.
wasn't so proud of his games, he would have just thrown it in the Wii U version.
Yeah, that's true. Anyways, I was just making a stupid joke, but yeah, Ice Climbers. I'm impartial to Ice Climbers personally. I never played the Ice Climbers video game. They don't play as two different characters in the same way that like Rosalina and Luma do. They don't feel like I'm playing as two different characters. It is.
Unless you play
I
competitively.
personally could take them or leave them, slightly more on the take them side, but I feel like they're going to be there.
I feel like they are. And I actually would be mad otherwise.
I might be a little upset because just the fact that, like, come on, guys. You know, people. This is stupid. You realize that, right, Nintendo?
I know behind the scenes they have them ready. That's why I'm mad.
Yeah.
Because Sakurai did said he had them ready for Smash, or he had them ready for Smash.
Yeah, they were in the game.
I'm mad that they're even not in that game.
Yeah. All right, that's everything then.
I guess so.
Final thoughts, guys?
I am looking forward to this game, but there is one thing. It's going to drain my life once it comes out.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm trying really hard just to play Dragon Ball Z Fighters.
Yeah, no,
Brad... And now there's another fighting game on the horizon that I'm already looking forward to, and I just got this game.
No, Brad, you're not going to play any more video games for a while.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to be doing much of anything, and that sucks. That'll be my last semester of in Smash gets dropped.
That's like the worst possible thing for Bradford.
I know. I'm sweating just thinking about it.
Final thoughts. Any final thoughts, Dorota?
Not really.
Yeah, okay. I'm kind of more like we went over it. My opinions are out there. We can just cut it there. Thanks for watching listening to our soothing voices, and I will...
Let us know what you thought in the comments. All right,
like
because
Fire Emblem in particular. I want to know. I want to see comment. I will read them. You know, like
debate in our names.
Yeah. Guys, anybody who agrees with me that, like, Taboo should be in Smash, just rally behind me, guys. Let Gerardo and Bradford know. Let Nintendo know, guys. We need to unite together. And then I don't know. I didn't have anything else after that. But
was that speech for Taboo?
Yes, Taboo.
That's no.
Taboo, guys. No. Unite, rally behind me, my fellow.
Okay,
listeners.
Rally behind him by downvoting whatever he just said.
Downvoting? This ain't Reddit.
Downvote everything.
Please do not dislike my video.
Downvote the channel for that opinion.
Please don't unsub from my channel. All right.
If I hear any more of this Taboo talk, I'm gonna have to.
Thanks for
Thanks for your time.
Thanks for your time, everybody. See you next time.